Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of D&D Kinda. This week, instead of a normal episode release, we are bringing you some content from our Patreon backlog. Yes, I know. We are all very excited to hear what happens next in the story, especially after that Topher episode, and I promise you, we are just as excited to release it to you. We are releasing this bonus content due to some medical issues that I, Michael, was facing, rendering me unable to properly DM for our boys over the past few weeks. But rest assured that I am on the mend, and we will be back in a week or two, continuing on with the story. We very much appreciate you listening and your dedication to the show. It keeps us on our drive. It keeps us moving forward. We love producing this content, and without your continued support, we would not be where we are today. So the content that we are bringing you today is a one-shot campaign that was created and produced by our very own Ryan. You may know him as Bartholomew. Ryan DM'd a little session for myself, Jed, otherwise known as Hamilton, and a friend and patron of the show, Bruce. This one-shot is one of my personal favorites, and I am super pumped to be releasing it on our Prime platform. Just as a quick shout out, as this content is directly from our Patreon, this is just a taste of the content you get from donating to us on patreon.com/dndkinda. Your support goes directly into the making of the show as well as content, and I would go as far as to say our donors feel that they get their money's worth. We have giveaways, we have contests, we have outtakes, we have so many fun things that we do on our Patreon, and we would love for you all to be a part of it. As a reminder, just to cover everything that we have on our Patreon very quickly, $1 a month gets you outtakes. Every month, a file containing the stuff we probably shouldn't let you hear because it's pretty terrible, but we love you enough to do so. $5 a month gets you our bonus episodes. What you're about to hear, if you love what you're listening to and you want that every other week, we have 50 plus hours of bonus content waiting on you. Plus, you get a free Owlbear shirt at this tier too while supplies last. $10 a month gets you a free 13 Palm Trees t-shirt, as well as the rest of the items on the list below this. $15 a month gets you all the stuff we just talked about and a set of metal SkullSplitter dice of your color choice as available. We use them here. We love them. Get yourself some. $20 a month gets you an awesome, completely handmade wooden hex chest from Elderwood Academy. All those ready to hold the SkullSplitter dice that you'll also get for subscribing. So, yeah, let us help you hold your dice package. $30 a month gets you one of the best items we carry, our leather scroll rolling tray, also made by Elderwood Academy, completely handmade. So, like, for $30 a month, you're getting a ton of sweet stuff. Like I said, our tier stack completely. $50 a month gets you all of those goodies, plus I will call you, I will FaceTime you, I will Skype you, and I will work with you to create custom story content that will be implemented in the main campaign. So we will do whatever it takes. We'll work to create some cool story stuff. We'll get something and we'll work it in. Now, if you're feeling super generous, $100 a month gets you all of that stuff, everything, plus every single month you will get a D&D official Wizards of the Coast source book. Now that will be, the first month you'll get the starter kit along with the 3 books. And then you'll get a book every month delivered right to you of a random either source or adventure book. So, or if you have a particular one you're looking to get, hit me up. We might be able to work something out there. So there's lots of goodies waiting on you. So check it out over at patreon.com/dndkinda. And now listen to The Mystery of Oak Creek, one of our campaigns that up until now was available only via patronage. Thank you, and we will see you guys again in 2 weeks.
Hello, patrons. Thank you for subscribing to D&D Kinda's Patreon page. We sincerely appreciate your support, and a part of that support, we are providing you one-shot content. Joining me tonight, my name is Ryan. We have Jed, Michael, the almighty Bruce, and his girl, Sarah. What would you all like to say?
That's sexist.
I hope they don't break up because this is not going to age well if they do.
It's very sexist.
For the sake of our show, please stay together.
Sorry, guys, you're fucked.
Yeah, we legit don't give a shit if you guys stay together otherwise. But
put up appearances. Right?
Don't want people to be uncomfortable, yeah.
There we go.
No pressure or anything, but you can't ever break up.
Thank you.
So tonight, my inaugural first DM session will begin.
I'm so excited.
And I have nerded out and created a little bit of homebrew content, largely inspired by Michael's storytelling efforts on D&D Kinda.
Oh, God.
Oh, so it's going to suck. Fuck.
Yeah, well, I
too much
just said
faith
it
in me.
inspired me. I didn't say that it inspired me in a positive way.
That's fair. Dude,
Well,
this chair is like super fucked.
It's super fucked.
Yeah, so are
You
you,
don't,
so
have
it
the,
works.
you don't have the broken leg one, though. That's on me.
That's Josh's chair, the broken one. Weird.
Fucked chairs brought to
He
you by
didn't
13
break it.
palm trees. Bald people bitching about brokenchairs.com.
Patreon.com/bald people bitching about broken
Are you going to
shit.
buy another domain name mid fucking campaign?
We're buying at least 3 tonight.
Oh, man.
So we're going to start off this campaign immediately. And I want this to be as open-ended as possible.
Do we need to go over our characters or anything? Or do you want
If you'd like, for the sake of the listeners, if you'd like to kind of debrief each of you on your characters, if you want to make up some backstory about what's going on, I have a little preamble. That way you'll kind of know what the context is, what timeline, what setting. And then if you'd like to just ad-lib some story about yourself to put yourself in this setting, that would be awesome.
lead us in, Captain?
So the first thing I'm going to do is really, really struggle to find an appropriate song that just makes it not like a whole bunch of moods. So we'll probably go with that's probably about perfect. Just something real neutral.
So lifelike. Are we just chilling in a forest?
We're just chilling in a forest.
Damn.
Actually, we're not chilling anywhere yet.
Playing my dulcimer.
I feel like we're on the college campus with some guy named Kyle playing his guitar.
And then he's singing out of key.
Kyle.
He doesn't know the lyrics. He sings his own name.
Sing his name. Kyle.
Kyle.
So this is going to be a different kind of D&D. Unlike being in a fantasy world or being somewhere in some map that already exists, this is the mystery of Oak Creek. The year is 1982.
What?
The year is 1982. On a cold January day in a small town called Oak Creek, South Dakota, Reverend Henry was finishing a routine Wednesday sermon for the evening congregation. After the event, he had planned to take down the last of the Christmas decorations at his church. He had put off doing it for long enough. The sermon ended at 6, and as the families were leaving for their cars, Reverend Henry walks outside to begin work. Not only at this time of the year is it dark by 6 o'clock, to Henry's dismay, none of those that had volunteered to help had showed up yet, so it looked like he was doing this alone. He wanted to start with the easy things first, in case the volunteers were just running late. So he chose to begin putting away the models and lights for the church's nativity scene. It only took him about 30 minutes to move the nativity scene decorations to one of the church's confession booths that he had retrofitted into a storage closet. It was a small town, so there was no need for 4 confession booths. Not that many people confessed anyway. After he got done putting away the decorations for the nativity scene, he went back outside and began taking down some of the lights. He grabbed his ladder, slapped it up against the side of the church, and climbed up. He began untying lights from their notches when he heard a friendly yell from across the street behind him. Henry could tell from the voice that it was Mallard. Mallard owned the bar just across the street from the church. And, despite many presumptions of their relationship, they were actually great friends. Mallard yelled out to Reverend Henry, "Be careful up there." As Henry turned to acknowledge his friend to say thank you, he lost his balance and fell 10 feet onto the concrete sidewalk below. Mallard saw the event and immediately ran across the street to help Henry. And when noticing Henry was unconscious, Mallard yelled out for help. Simon, the town hall janitor, was leaving work and was exiting the alleyway between Mallard's bar and town hall, which sat right next door. Right when Simon heard Mallard's cries for help, a bright light lit up the sky. Both Simon and Mallard looked upward to see the biggest, brightest, and closest shooting star that they had ever seen. As the star traveled into view, it was almost as bright as daylight. The star slowly waned from the horizon into directly over the town when it suddenly exploded. After this brief period of amazement, Simon ran back inside the town hall and called 911 for Henry. Oak Creek didn't have a formal hospital. It was a very small town. The closest real hospital was about a 2-hour drive. But the local health clinic knew this, and they responded to 911 calls on an as-needed basis. This was their first 911 call in over a year, and the last response time was about 25 minutes. After Simon made the call, he went back outside to check on Mallard and Henry. By this time, Henry had awoken and was sitting on the sidewalk with his back leaning on the church. His right arm was clearly broken in the middle of his forearm. It had a 45-degree angle. Simon approached and winced at the sight. Mallard saw the look of disgust in Simon's face and thought it necessary to say, "Henry broke his arm." Simon, a bit insulted that Mallard didn't think he could conclude that observation on his own, says, "No shit, Sherlock." Henry held his upper right arm with his left hand and squeezed and yelled in pain. The initial adrenaline that was pending his pain was diminishing, and it was obvious that the pain was immense. Henry cried out, "Oh God, this hurts so bad. Please, God, help me and give me grace for my mistake." And as his mind was focusing on the pure desire for reprieve from this trembling pain, a warm, steady aurora began emanating from Henry's body. Mallard and Simon both grew wide-eyed and took a few steps backward. The glow became brighter, and Henry began floating above the concrete sidewalk with his long trench coat now dangling below his levitating body. The glow became brighter, and Henry took a standing position as he floated, and both arms straightened, and his body resembled a cross. His chest began protruding outward as if possessed by some foreign entity, and the glow from his body began pulsating and flickering, and then what felt like a shock wave with no sound was felt by Mallard and Simon. There was this moment when Simon and Mallard looked at Henry floating in the cool, dark air of this average Wednesday in this small, meaningless town, and their jaw dropped at the sight of Henry floating gracefully back down to the sidewalk, landing on his feet and opening his eyes and looking at them confused, and he said, "What just happened?" Simon said, "I was going to ask you the same damn question." Preamble over. So now, given that this setting is in 1982, the story of this event is going to take place 3 years after this event, where Henry was miraculously healed the night a random shooting star exploded over this small town of Oak Creek. And if you all decide to be evil and cause mayhem to this town, that's your will. If you all want to find out the mystery of Oak Creek, that is your will. I am 100% adjusting to your characters and your disposition. You have 100% freedom to be and do whatever you want. There will be consequences, but you have that freedom. So, first up, Jed. Let's introduce your character.
Should I be a human?
You can be whatever you want to be.
Good point.
Because I'm not a human.
You can be whatever you want to be.
I don't think I want to be one, so let's not.
All right, cool. Well, I'm a wood elf rogue. My name is Richard Gobbler.
It's like it's so contradicting the music and everything. So like sincere. He was a cross, and he's like, "Yeah, my name's Dick Gobbler."
I am a folk hero. So Basically, like I didn't go too in depth with the backstory for him because I didn't think it
problem.
was going to matter because one shot. But essentially, I kind of pictured him as being somebody that kind of grew up not well off, and he's almost like kind of a Robin Hood type character.
Okay. Okay.
So opposes tyranny, and a lot of his character traits kind of follow that same vein. He's all about the common folk, the common people, and the greater good. So, but he's chaotic neutral chaotic good because he's constantly trying to overthrow tyranny and fight back against the big powers that be.
That's awesome. Very nice to meet you, Dick Gobbler. Michael.
I'm gonna follow that one.
I said Dick Gobbler so serious.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Bingo.
What?
Bingo Boar Twinkle Toes.
There we go.
You can call me Ben. People call me Ben.
I'm going to call you Ben, short for Bengalbor.
Bingo Boar Twinkle Toes. I am a half elf bard. So ironically enough, I am a dark siding dabbler. Like I don't really like to put a label on what I am, whether I'm good or evil. I guess you could say I would, if I had to put anything, it would be neutral. My character will side with whatever he feels is right in the moment. He doesn't say, well, that's good. I need to be good, or I need to be bad. It's just whatever he feels in the moment is the right decision or will benefit him. It kind of sways back and forth.
Okay. So that gives you character, but that also gives you flexibility.
Yeah, absolutely. But it also, the idea here is that not everything has to be so static. So adding some dynamic effect to a character like that will make, especially in a campaign like this, it just happens to, like I said, ironically line up. So, but I am an entertainer. So I'm very charismatic, outgoing, and deceptive. So, yeah, that's my character.
Great. Thank you. And it's a pleasure to meet you, Ben. Next up, we have someone whose name is very mysterious.
Hey,
His name is Zeeb.
Hey guys. I'm Zeb.
Introduce yourself, Zeeb.
Yeah, so I, as well as Jed, am a chaotic good, or my friend Mr. Gobbler, sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Gobbler.
Mr. Gobbler. We are chaotic goods. I didn't come up with a backstory as much either, so here goes. I'm mysterious.
Shit.
No, that was the end of it. We can go ahead now.
Okay.
What are
Great.
you, though?
That's
You
it.
didn't say
No.
what you were
No,
at all.
You'll know.
He's mysterious.
You'll
That's
figure it
fair.
out.
Have
I'm
you
a
ever
fucking
swung
mystery.
life away?
That's I'm a genocide. I think is
Genasi.
what it says. A genasi. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm a genasi.
I'm a genocide.
Every time.
Short for genocide. He kills civilizations.
I'm a genasi, and I'm like a air elemental. So I have special powers, I guess. But
He's still exploring those.
I'm figuring it out as we go.
That's perfect.
It's a phase.
as well.
Just exploring right now.
But no, I'm just a mystery. But yeah, that's it. Just Zeb,
Great. So what I'm going to do is
Zeb.
I'm just going to inject your characters into a situation, and that's how we'll start this ad-lib story of camaraderie, cooperation, and betrayal.
Oh, shit.
And I don't want you guys to think that I have a whole plan for this. I didn't write a book. If I wanted to write a book, I would have wrote a book. Instead, I want you all to be proactive and do some weird shit.
You picked the wrong group of people if proactive is what you're looking
Be yourself. Be yourself.
Unless
You just said be
unless you
myself
need some
and then
skin
be
cream.
proactive.
Hey,
so
can
I'm
we-
getting really, I don't know what to do here.
Be your proactive
Can
self.
we go talk to Simon? I want to.
Well, he said he's going to put us in a situation.
I'm just going to put you all in town hall. You all are attending a town hall meeting in Oak Creek, South Dakota.
And it's not weird that
It's in
we're like
South
not even
Dakota?
human in this
Why
town.
South
Like,
Dakota?
It's not weird that you're not all human, because a few years ago, something crazy happened at Oak Creek,
okay.
Is it possible?
where Henry fell off a ladder, broke his arm. And
Do we
then-
as characters
and-
already know that?
No.
Okay.
And then in front of two of the civilians of this town, he levitated and he became healed. His arm was no longer broken. So now you three are placed in the town hall meeting that happens 3 years later. And you are standing in the courtroom along with about a dozen other civilians of Oak Creek. And up in front on stage at the judge's podium is the judge. The judge's name is Marilyn, and she is addressing a congregation of people who are very concerned about the state of the town. They're not sure if what they are doing is the correct thing, and many of them are shouting in protest. And Marilyn looks at this crowd and looks at you all. And even though you're a different race and you're shaped differently than what is normal for an average tiny town in Northern America, she looks at you no different. It's like she expects you all to be different. And as you look along this crowd of a few dozen other humans, they don't notice you. It's not like they see you as some foreign thing. You're a part of this town just like they are. And Marilyn, she addresses the congregation and she says, I know we have all been concerned. I have too, many sleepless nights. But I assure you, we will get through this. We will get through this together. And one of the other folks in the crowd, you can't really make out who it is, but you hear them say, My cattle are all dying. It's a slaughter fest out there. I can't make a living without this. And Marilyn says, We will get through this together. There is nothing we can do about your cattle.
So do we know each other?
If you want to.
Or do we...
Is Marilyn single?
She is.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Get her, Dick Gobbler.
So,
Shit. Although I didn't think you'd be into Maryland, honestly, with a name like that.
well, she's a transvestite.
We're good.
And we're back.
So the crowd begins disseminating, and they walk out the double doors back into the lobby of the town hall, and some of them leave for their vehicles and retreat back to their homes. And you all are left with a small number, maybe 2 or 3 other civilians. Marilyn is up still behind the judge's stage. You're still in the courtroom. What do you want to do?
So we don't know any. So I guess I shouldn't say we.
I'd say we know each other. Can we go along with that, or do
Yeah.
you guys want
Do we want to
be
just roll with
individual?
that? We just
Either
know each
way,
other.
Up to you. Do you want to make a backstory about it? I mean, we can know each other from pottery class.
What if? so Ryan, I'm gonna spitball something here, and you can tell me if this makes sense for your campaign. What if we're like a trio, kind of like Supernatural, of people that just go around and hunt down like paranormal / supernatural happenings, and then investigate them?
Michael was shaking his head
Yeah,
no
what's
during
up?
that.
Michael,
Oh, no,
doesn't
I
like
was actually just
Supernatural.
rubbing
he
my
was
face.
just rubbing his face onto the microphone in a no gesture.
Something that Daniel the other day told me literally not to do in the middle of our group chat.
Stop scratching your neck beard on the microphone. So
That sounds great.
Is that
possible?
That really
I
is.
like that.
That
That's
works?
a good one.
Yep.
That's
That
a good
works.
one.
Let's roll with that.
all right, cool.
All right.
100%. I told you I'm trying to be open-ended
Here we
and
go.
adapt to anything you
So-
guys want to do.
So then we're hunters. We're hunters out on the
We're
open
saving
road,
people, hunting
Hell
things.
yeah.
saving people, hunting things.
That's our motto.
Who's this fucking weirdo over here then? Because I'm definitely Dean or Sam. Bruce is our odd man
His
out.
name is Zeeb.
I guess that would make me Bobby, probably.
I am Zeeb.
Oh, yeah. Idiot.
Only he's got more hair than me.
Everyone has fucking more hair than you. All right.
Well, then,
Zeeb is going to be like Groot. He just doesn't talk much.
So if we're in a big crew, I mean, I say we just go talk to Marilyn and see what's going on.
So I wanted to see before we talk to her. Whenever she was telling that random citizen that we're going to get through this, would I be able to perceive or would I be able to tell if she was? What she was trying to convey, was it just a general, like, trying to make everyone feel good, or did she wholeheartedly believe that?
Give me an insight check.
All right. That's unfortunate. Well,
Dude, what the fuck just happened? Did anybody see that?
I didn't.
I just had to suck down like 4 gulpfuls of foam.
Yuck.
That sounds terrible.
yeah, it's a 5.
It's a 5. Well, I'm not
Really
gonna. I'm not gonna give you nothing.
Okay.
What I'll tell you is that it seemed like Marilyn was sincere,
Okay.
and that what she said, that she did believe it, and it seems that way. Maybe even because her presentation is practiced. You can tell that she's very good at speaking in front of people. Possibly.
Okay. So I would say that since we're getting ready to go talk to her, that so Ben is going to communicate that with you guys, since the idea is what was your reason for wanting to go talk to her?
Because she seems like she's in charge, and I want to ask her about what's going on
Yeah, she was talking to the town
with everything.
meeting.
Yeah, I mean, she's directing the town meeting.
Okay,
Seems
then
like
I'm gonna hold on to what I just found out, whether or not it's useful or truthful or not. That's what I believe in the situation, so I'm gonna hold on to it for now.
Okay. So you all walk up and you begin speaking to Marilyn, the judge. At least what she's dressed in judge robes, so you presume that she is a judge. And even though that you're not human, you still have a very prominent understanding of human culture.
But what about the 3 other people dressed in robe clothes in the back?
So you walk up to her and what do you say?
Hey, hey, Marilyn, this is Richard Gobbler here. Everybody calls me Dick. I was just wondering, what exactly was going on here, eh?
Can't tell if you're from Ireland or Maine.
Both.
Mainland.
Moves back and forth.
Look at
Oh, God.
Marilyn looks down from her elevated judge stand and kind of lowers her eyebrows and tries to study you a little bit. She says, "Hello, citizen. Hello, Dick. How can I help you?"
Repeat self.
I think I just said that.
Repeat stuff.
Repeat stuff, repeat stuff. So she looks at you and she studies you and she sees that you're a bit dumb.
She can tell.
Fucking retard, Jed.
She knows. Very
She
insightful. It's very insightful.
Her insight. Jeez.
And she
Nat
says,
20 insight.
"Is there something that I can help you with, good sir?"
Well, me and my 2 boys here, we just traveling through town, and we were just wondering, we stopped in here in this town hall meeting, and we were just trying to figure out exactly what's been going on around here.
Zeeb agrees.
Oh, I see. Outsiders. Now, we do see many different faces every meeting. We've been having meetings for a few years now. It seems like our problem is growing worse and worse, but we don't know why. I appreciate an outsider's coming in, giving a new perspective into our ever-diminishing issue. It seems like the plants and the animals over the past few years have just began dying in random spurts, and we're not sure why. It's really impacted our economy, and we really think that there's some spiritual issue here. At least Reverend Henry is very convincing. I'm not sure what to tell you, but I would tell you that if you want to find out, he might be a good person to talk to. He seems to have some beliefs that not all of us share, but I will tell you that he is very convincing, as with his sermons. He believes what he says.
Well, if there's one thing that we're good at, it's coming in. But where exactly can we find this Reverend Henry?
Well, right next door to this town hall is Mallard's Bar. And just across the street from both the town hall and Mallard's bar is the church.
I thought you were going to say the Reverend was just like shit-faced in the bar.
He'll be in the second booth from the left.
Drunk confessions.
You might joke about that, but they are good friends. It's not common knowledge that they both dabble in each other's product, so to speak.
I'm going to throw up my hands and yell, fuck me, right?
I would never call Henry a drunk, but I would say that he definitely enjoys a good time.
I would like to tell if she means in a sexual way or a normal way.
She's a very professional looking person. Like a Judge
Sexual
Judy,
it is.
like a Judge Judy type of person. She's very stern. You can tell by her facial expressions that she means what she says, and she has a little bit of a domineering effect when she speaks.
Okay.
Which does come off as sexy to quite a few men.
Including Binglebore.
Binglebore has it out for Maryland. We got a love series happening.
So the town hall that we're in, is it just like one big open room?
Well, you're in the courtroom right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the courtroom sits kind of in the back of the town hall. Just outside the double doors, there is what would be the main hallway of the town hall. And in the main hallway, there are 3 main rooms off of this main hallway. And then there's like a little hallway off to the side that goes down to the restrooms, and there's a janitor's closet down there. But that's kind of the overview of the town hall and what building what it looks like.
And
there's an emergency exit also in the back of the courtroom.
Let's go powwow in the janitor's closet.
You all want to go to the janitor's closet?
So this is a public hall.
It's a public place, yeah.
Like none of these doors would be locked. There wouldn't be any off limits areas or anything like that.
That's correct.
Okay, cool.
The only place that there is locked down is there's one room off of an office space that's locked. And I'll just be transparent about that, because if you want to get in there, then you'll have to break in.
Okay, I'd like to go there.
Shit, can I ask
Try and track down the man.
Can I ask another question first?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
To Maryland? Or?
yeah, to Maryland. So she had mentioned that there was, or when we were in the town hall meeting, there was someone that said his livestock was dying.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask Marilyn who that was, because like the Reverend might know that there's weird stuff happening. She's giving us an account, but
Okay.
if we wanted to see it firsthand, I want to know where we'd need to go.
Okay.
So
So
I guess I'll just go and ask. The gentleman in the hall that spoke of his livestock being killed, who was he? Where can we find him?
I believe that was son Craig. He lives just past the landfill down the street. He has about a 7-acre farm, and his farm borders the riverbed, and that riverbed is a major fence for his livestock.
Okay, I just kind of nod and I'm gonna follow.
Do you all have any other questions? I really need to attend my duties to finish up the notes for this session.
chuckles at word duty.
Duties.
Chuckles.
Duties. No, I don't have any more questions for you.
Zeeb good.
I want to ask her what she's doing after her duties.
After I'm done here, I will go home and rest for the evening. It's been a long day. Every day we have these meetings. It's very stressful. I wish I could provide solutions for these folk, but it's not within my power.
This music is killing the sexy vibe I'm trying to put off. All right, yeah.
Let's go
follow.
explore.
So
I'm good.
I want to slip away
Yeah.
and try to.
I just start walking.
I kind of want to.
Okay.
So I want to do it in a manner that, and I'm going to let them know, like, hey, I'm going to go try to find somewhere to break in.
I don't acknowledge. I just
To
follow.
what though? Like,
Okay.
are you communicating where or what? You're
No,
trying to
like
break into?
I'm just going to go sneak around.
You're just like, hey, I'm gonna go break into something.
I want to sneak around the
Okay.
town hall,
And we
just
know what
try
you're
to
talking
find
about
shit.
because we've been with you for a while.
Yeah, because
now.
we've been hunting
Yeah.
demons
So, like,
and
we
saving
know what
people
he means.
for
We've
years.
done this.
Yeah, we grew up
I'm
together.
gonna go find a locked door and fucking get in. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, our mom was killed by Satan.
By Satan himself.
So, Dick Gobbler, you walk back out into the hallway, and in the hallway you see the exit of the main entrance is directly in front of you. On the left, there's a double door that what looks like it goes into an office space, and on the right, there's a set of double doors that and they're closed. You can't see what's in there, but which way do you want to go?
I would probably just try both of them to see if they open.
Well, on the left, it's already open. You can look into that, and you already see that it looks like an office space.
Okay,
but on the
then,
right side, it's closed.
Yeah, I'd probably go right first just to see if those doors
because it's
were
closed
locked.
doors. Yeah, and they're unlocked. Do you want to walk in?
Can I go on record to say I'm following him from a distance?
Okay.
So I'm not trying to associate myself with him.
Okay,
but
so
I'm following
Dick Gobbler is breaking into places, and Ben is slowly watching like a pervert behind him. Gotcha.
him. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I would
specifically like a perfect.
I'd probably go ahead and
Looking
go
at
in
his
there, but very carefully. Like open up the door and try to make as little noise as possible. And
Okay.
just try to
I'm
not
just-
be noticed.
I just want to
acting
make
like
sure. I
a-
want to set the scene a little bit. This town hall. I mean, it is 4:30 in the evening. It's just a normal business day. The lights are all on. Simon is over in the corner mopping, just like he normally does before closing on a normal day. And when you try to open these doors and you're like being sneaky about it, Simon kind of looks up. Simon is a really haggard man. He has a really, really thick mustache. And he just doesn't care about what you're doing. He goes back to mopping. It's not his job to care about what's going on in this place. You might, be authorized to be there. It's not for him to determine.
I want to kill him just in case. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Listen, Simon's acting shady as fuck, so we need to do something about that.
Well, Simon was the one who witnessed Reverend Henry healing himself and floating just a few years ago. And
But
ever
we
since,
don't know that though, do we?
Yeah, you heard that preamble. I guess you don't know it.
That's what I
because-
mean. Like
No.
we can't actively take action against
Yeah,
that.
okay.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I think I asked.
You might know that as
Okay.
like individuals, but you don't know that
Maybe probably as
characters.
like I mean, I assume that's what took us.
You're that dude that we heard a random voice about a few years ago.
Yeah, I assume that's what brought us here is because we heard about some stories.
There's some weird shit happening, livestock's dying, random patches of trees and flora life.
If you watch Supernatural,
I just wanna-
livestock dying is a clear sign of demons.
I just want to
being
act just
present.
completely normal and walk into that room that was closed.
Okay.
I'll just
Just
Yeah,
following
well,
him.
Jed and you
go
are
in
both
there.
walking in. Simon doesn't have any issue with that, so you walk in.
I'm still following from a distance. I don't want to go
Okay.
in the room. I'm kind of playing Watchmen because I'm a
Okay.
very charismatic individual. I want to be there just in case someone starts asking questions.
Okay, sure. So you all walk into this space, and what you find is a counselor's office. It's what would be like the chairman. It's a very nice office. It's loitered. The walls are loitered with very nice pictures in ridiculously expensive picture frames.
Take his business cards and rub them on your butthole.
that would hurt.
And you get the impulse to rub a business card on your butthole. You see on the left a very nice desk made of very rich mahogany wood. Behind that is a bookshelf.
Leather-bound books?
Behind that is a bookshelf with leather-bound books. And the bookshelf lines the entire wall.
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, I
what's
didn't know either. I just rolled with it.
Hey, see what you did there.
Wait. No, nobody gets that.
Leather-bound books. I don't get it.
Isn't that Anchorman?
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe so.
Yeah.
I
The
don't
desk
like
was
I have
rich.
many-
Of all of the references in that movie,
leather-bound
that
books.
wasn't one of them.
Desk is made of rich mahogany.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah, I get it.
And then there's a number of chairs out in front of the desk for people who would sit in when they meet with the councilman.
And this wasn't the locked door, was it?
It wasn't locked. No, it was closed, and that's where Jed decided to go.
Okay. You had mentioned there is a locked door somewhere here, though.
Yeah, and in the back of this councilman's chamber, there is another door.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can open that door.
Okay, so when you walk up and you grab the doorknob and you twist it, it's locked.
Okay, so
Can let's go for it.
So, fuck. Zeeb. Hey, Zeeb, let me handle that door. You go through this guy's desk and see if you can find anything.
I'm still perusing in the main hallway, checking to see if there's anyone coming or going.
Okay.
So I have a thieves toolkit, and that gives me lock picks, pliers, a file, and scissors, and a mirror, which also wouldn't help me. And then I have proficiency bonus for opening locks.
Okay. So if you want to try to lockpick that door, just give me a straight up and down roll and then add your proficiency bonus for lockpicking.
I was hoping you were going to call it sleight of hand.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck is that? That's a 22.
Okay. So with ease and with guile, without making a sound, you open up this door. Let's roll back to Zeeb as he's going through the desk. Zeeb, what are your actions to get into the desk?
I'm just going to check each of the drawers first to see if anything's unlocked or open.
Is there a certain side you start on?
I'll start on the right side.
You start on the right side?
Yeah.
So you start on the top right-hand side?
Yeah.
So you open the drawer and you look in, and there's just some folders with some papers. What look like a typical documentation for a councilman. What do you do next?
I'm just going to keep going through the drawers, see if there's anything that catches my eye, not particularly paper-wise, but just like anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, so you close the top drawer. You don't see anything meaningful at all. You open the second drawer on the right side, and you pick up you see what looks like a stone tablet, and it has some writing on it that doesn't look human. It's obviously out of place. Out of everything else, there's some stone tablet there, and it just looks weird. Like you don't know what it is.
Okay. Can I see if I can decipher what the writing is?
You can try.
How do I check that?
What languages do you speak?
I know. Well, is it going to matter?
Yeah.
Okay. I know Celestial, Giant, Goblin, Primordial, and Common.
So this is Celestial language.
Bango,
So
bango, bongo.
you can read what it says.
Noise.
And what it says is...
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
God damn it, he got me again.
Fuck! I was not ready for that.
Shit. Neither were we. We're investigating a whole new story now.
Oh my God, Ryan, what have you been doing?
All right.
It says written in plain text. Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself.
Right. God damn it. I don't know where to go.
No, what it says is that, and it's written really big, these characters are very large, and they take up a large part of this. It looks very old. Like the edges are very worn. It looks well handled, like someone had been touching it for a long time. And written in this celestial text, it says, "The land will die before it lives again."
Oh shit!
Nice.
So let's go back over to Mr. Dick Gobbler.
How big is the stone? If I put it in my pocket, would it look weird?
It wouldn't fit in a pocket.
Well,
it's like the size of a piece of paper, but it's stone, and it's heavy.
Do I have a bag?
Can I put it in my
Can I put it
satchel?
in my bag?
You can put it
You're
in your
outside
satchel.
the door still, bro. You don't even know us.
I'm not saying I'm going to. I'm saying would it fit?
Oh,
like in
fair.
So I'm just gonna set the tone here. Yes, that will fit.
Okay.
I'm gonna set the tone and the timeline of what's happening in this room. So you all walk in the door, and you Dick Gobbler and Zeb kind of communicate. Zeb kind of communicate very effectively, and you execute a plan to investigate this area. Zeb walks straight to the desk, checks two of the drawers, finds this tablet, looks at it, reads what it says. And then Dick Gobbler, you walk over to the door and you begin your lock picking, which you are very proficient at. So you easily open this door. And then you open this door.
I have a backpack. I'm just going to...
So you're going to throw... Okay, so you grab that tablet.
Yeah.
Dick Gobbler, you open this door in this back, and what you see is a very nice restroom. It's a bathroom for the councilman. It's a private bathroom for the councilman. And in this bathroom, all of the walls and the floor are made of tile. And they're a very nice looking tile, like what you would find in a multi-million-dollar home.
It's locked, so you can only assume he was shitting at the moment you walked in.
No, he's not in there.
Okay.
The toilet is right in the middle. On the left-hand side, you see a nice sink with a cabinet underneath, and what looks like a home medicine cabinet above that sink.
Is there a trash can?
Yeah, right to the right of the toilet there is.
Okay. So I want to like real quickly just kind of glance in the trash can, see if there's anything important in there.
There's some toilet paper and
Blow his nose.
and a small piece of paper.
No, he's a weirdo that wipes his ass and throws it
Small
in
piece
the
of
trash.
paper. All right. So I'm gonna take some fresh TP off the roll
Okay.
and snag that small piece of paper out of there.
Okay. That small piece of paper, what do you do with it?
I just want to see what it is. I want to like open it up and flip
Okay,
it over.
you open it up and you find gum.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Worth it.
So
realistic.
I tossed that back into the trash can and I flushed the toilet paper that I pulled off the roll.
Okay.
And
The
then I-
toilet doesn't flush. It's clogged now.
Fucking great, Jed.
It begins overflowing.
Okay, I look for a shut-off valve.
There's a shut-off valve down behind the toilet.
Okay, then I shut it off.
So you bend over, you get down on the floor, and you shut off that water.
Yeah.
And the toilet stops overflowing, but is still full to the brim.
Okay, that's not
Drink
my
it.
problem.
Drink it.
That's his problem at this point. I just want to check the medicine cabinet.
Okay, so you walk up to the sink and you open up this medicine cabinet, and there is one pill bottle inside this medicine cabinet. There's nothing else other than dust. You
Just
can
says
tell.
drugs.
You can tell that it's been there for a long time. What do you want to do?
So I don't want to pick it up just yet. I kind of just want to look at it and see if I can read anything on the label, if there is a label.
There is a label, but it's kind of rotated in a way where you see the side that gives you the warnings, and the warning on the pill bottle says this drug may cause drowsiness. Do not operate heavy machinery while using this product.
Shit.
So I want to reach over and grab another piece of toilet paper off the roll and turn the bottle so that I can see exactly what it says.
Okay. It's a 25 milligram tablet of hydrochlorothiazide.
Okay.
Yes.
I definitely.
So this
know
is
what that
1985. So I don't know if it explicitly says it in anywhere on my page, but I'm assuming that I probably have like a small notebook and a pen.
Sure.
So I'm going to write down what it says.
Okay.
And then using the toilet paper that I ripped off the roll, I'm going to open the bottle and take one of the tablets out.
Okay.
And then put the bottle back exactly how it was, close up the medicine cabinet, and then take one more look around to make sure that there's nothing else of interest in this bathroom.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, I want to say something, but I can't because I wasn't in the room. Shit.
Wow, dude. It's really playing off for you. You always play the mysterious guy when we go on these missions.
You said investigation?
Oh, really?
11.
Okay. So I'm going to pause here for a second. Zeeb just put this tablet in his backpack. You are just putting this pill. You're taking one of these pills out. And as this is happening, Frank walks out of the janitor's closet into the main hallway of the town hall and sees a stranger that he's never seen before. He sees Ben, a.k.a. Binglebore Twinkletoes.
Yes.
And he says, "Hello, sir."
I am completely nonchalant. Like, everything's completely fine. I greet him back. Hello, sir. How are you?
"I'm quite well. Is there something I can do for you? We want to provide the best service possible, and as a guard here in this town hall, it's my responsibility to be sure that everyone is not only safe, but also secure."
Absolutely. I appreciate everything that you do. We actually are here on the counselor's orders to retrieve something from his office for him. He actually forgot his medication, which is why we're actually in here right now.
Oh, you said we, so there's someone in the counselor's office right now?
Do I overhear this conversation? Am I close
No,
enough?
you don't.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
They're out in the
I'm
main
gonna be
hallway.
forthcoming with him because I noticed he is a security guard, and it would make complete sense that Jed's character. Fuck, what's your name? Oh, Richard. Richard is in the bathroom retrieving something, and that way, if he's a security guard, he probably knew that door was locked. So that way, it would make sense to him that he would be in there if he had further questions.
Okay, so he's kind of he's surprised by the fact that he greeted someone random in the hallway, and you said, "We are here for the councilman to take his medicine," and so he walks into the door to the councilman's office and sees Zeeb behind the desk.
Have I already stashed the?
You've stashed it. Yeah,
He doesn't
it's
see me do
secure.
that,
No, he
right?
doesn't see you do that. He
Nice.
just sees you behind the desk.
Could I hear the door open?
The door. Did you close it behind you? You never specified
was-
that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Well, no, you said the door of the councilman's office was open, though. I thought.
Well, it was
was-
closed,
Oh,
and
okay,
then he
okay.
opened it. But
No, it was still open. I guess if we're playing it like that.
We haven't said it. We didn't say we closed it. So. Well.
so the
fuck.
door was open, and he just walks in
So
and then sees Zeeb behind the desk.
I'm just gonna follow him in and
Okay.
just act like everything's normal. I don't want to put off any vibe that anything's out of place or anything's wrong.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna kind of walk in and I'm observing what he's observing and just acting like it's completely normal.
Okay.
At this point, I think I'm just like looking. I turn around and I'm just acting nonchalant, looking at the leather-bound books on the
Okay.
wall.
Okay.
And not acting like I'm supposed to be there.
Okay.
So I just don't even pay mind to him walking in the room.
Gotcha. Well, he sees you up there, and he says with a very commanding voice, he says, "Hey, does the councilman keep his medicine in his desk?"
I speak up at that point and I said, no, the councilman specifically told us that the medicine was in his medicine cabinet in his bathroom. And whenever I say that, I want to say it loud enough so that way Richard can hear him. And what do you do, Jed?
so I can hear him say that?
Yeah, you heard him say that.
So I stash the pill into my pocket. I take the trash can and flip it over, dump it on the ground. And I reach into the toilet and I grab as much as I can of whatever is clogging the toilet and I throw it into the trash can. And then I walk out and I say, "Hey, your shitter's clogged."
Frank says, "Oh, not again." And he immediately goes from like a stance where he was like having his hand on his gun to kind of like back in his old routine. Like it's something that's happened a lot. And he says, let me go grab Simon."
I was actually just getting ready to say if I could say that, so that way it would seem like I'm at least familiar enough because he had just greeted me, and I was gonna ask him if that's okay. Ask him if he ask the security guard if he wanted me to go get the janitor that I just saw down the hall.
Okay. So do you want to
That
ask
way
him
it
that
seemed like I
before,
was trying
before he
to be
says
helpful.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
turn around and ask him that.
You ask him that, and you know, Richard mentions that the toilet's clogged. So he says, "Yes, if you would, just down the hallway to the left, take another left, and his door is just on the right."
Yeah, I'm going like based where I saw him go, and I'm gonna be like, I'll be right back. So,
Okay. So as he does that, he looks back over at Zeeb and he says, "Please don't be invasive of the counselor's things. He is very aware of everything that's at his desk, and he will know if something has been taken or tampered with."
Well, I'm just curious by nature.
Okay. Well, I
apologize.
only say that because I've made that mistake before too.
Duly noted. I
Thank you.
appreciate your
Your
your candor.
And Frank just looks at Zeeb and looks back in the bathroom at Richard, turns around and sees you, Ben, standing there, and then he kind of finishes his patrol route. He walks across the hallway into the office, and you all are supposedly scot clean.
I am. I'm gonna do a little fuck yeah and like fist pump, like we did it, and then keep going.
Tiger Woods
Just-
like double pump, like yes,
Yeah.
Frank kind of walked out and went into the office space across the hallway. And as he walked into that room, he took a right and he was still kind of doing his rounds. What you all were doing was abnormal for him, but it's not unlike the councilman to kind of tell people to do things and they just do it. You know, he's seen weird people there before. It's not completely abnormal for for him to. He knows that the councilman is very organic. That the councilman is, does what needs to be done and has a reason for doing it, and he trusts that.
Well, let's fucking move, guys. I want to find out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
Jed, there's another fucking cabinet in that bathroom.
Can we go act?
So
I'm
another
gonna go
cabinet
try
in
and
that
find the
bathroom.
councilman at this
so
point.
wait, Ben, you were actually going to go get Simon.
Yeah, bud.
You were going to go tell Simon about the overflowing toilet.
No, I told him I was going to go get Simon.
So you didn't.
I specifically said I wanted to make it seem like I was caring about the issue that was there.
Wait,
Okay.
you said there were 2 cabinets in the bathroom?
No, there was just one.
No, you said that there was...
There was one cabinet.
No, he said there's a medicine cabinet above the sink, but he also said there's a cabinet below the sink.
Just the normal sink has a door on it.
Oh.
Kind of like a vanity
Yeah.
above him.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. Well, let me run back in there and check that shit real quick.
Okay, so you go back in there and you open it up and you see what would normally be under any normal sink. There's an extra thing of hand soap. There's a few extra rolls of toilet paper.
Is there a toilet bowl cleaner?
No, there is no toilet bowl cleaner.
Damn it.
So,
what a weird place.
So I just want to say, just for clarification, the reason that I tried to grab everything out of the toilet and it's pretty gross, but I'm carrying around this hunk of clog that was in the toilet. Who shits in their own bathroom and then clogs it and locks it behind them? I'm thinking in my mind.
So in my mind, I thought that you clogged the toilet when you tried to throw that paper back in there.
I mean, I just took off one square of toilet paper just to touch stuff.
It's a
with.
shitty ass toilet.
I thought
man.
you did it.
Well,
is that one sheet clogging?
Frank, the security guard, mentioned, that's happened again. It's not the first time it's happened.
In my mind, though, what I was thinking was maybe he tried to flush something important.
Okay, so you
Did
pulled
he
out
grab
all
any
of that.
more
You
than
put your
one?
hand all the way down in the toilet and you grabbed what was in there.
Yeah.
They're building.
Okay,
No, I yanked out as much as I could.
So
and
give
put
me
it in the
an
trash
up and down
can.
roll for pulling shit out of a toilet.
Oh
What
god.
die do you use for that?
Shout out to
D20,
Josh
just a
because
normal
I've literally
D20
grabbed
dice.
his turds
All right.
unclogging
Let's
a toilet
get
before.
Okay.
Fix this fucking mic real quick.
And this
weird
has
as it
already
doesn't
happened.
need
We're
to
just
happen.
going to make sure that this happens.
Crit fail.
Not a great roll. That's a 3.
It's a 3. So you do reach down in there and you grab whatever's in there. You feel it. It's the hole that you're reaching down into is just slightly bigger than the radius of your wrist.
Describe
so you
this
can
in
kind of get your fingers down in there a little bit and you feel something. So you grab that and you pull it out. And it's just a
turd.
wad of toilet paper. And then in the middle there's a squishy substance that you can definitely tell is feces. So you pull it out and you've put it in the trash bag and you're holding that trash bag, right?
Trash can.
Trash can,
I
trash
threw it
can.
in the trash can. Yeah. Yeah. So I know it's poop.
And
right?
yeah,
I know it's
not only did you actually get that out, but it's pretty insignificant or pretty significant in statistically speaking, because the clog usually doesn't happen just right there. It usually happens further down. So you make a mental note that it was, not really good luck that you just grabbed a bunch of poop.
So I'm just going to leave that in the bathroom then.
Okay. So
Thanks, man.
you walk
I'm
into
just
this
gonna
bathroom,
drop that.
you clog the toilet, you grab some shit out of it, you leave it in the trash can, you steal some medicine, and then you leave.
Yeah.
We're just really trying to fuck
Yeah.
over
You
this
literally
Jan
just
and
sound
now.
like a drug addict.
Now,
That's our mission.
no, I will say when I leave, I want to try to put everything back to as close to normal as I can.
Okay.
So I'm just going to dump the contents of the trash can back into the toilet.
And as you put your hand down in the toilet to
Yeah.
grab whatever was
So
in
the
there,
water overflows.
it displaced the water,
Yeah.
and it did. It overflowed
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
around that
Yeah.
commode.
Well, they already know. Fuck them.
But yeah, so then I
so
put
you're
the
just going
trash-
to leave the water
It's too
there
much
around
detail.
the toilet?
Well, I mean, he's going to get Simon, so,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Simon will clean
It
it up.
happens.
But
he said he was going to go get Simon. He's not actually going to do that.
But what I am going to
I'll go get Simon. Not doing that. That's not doing that at all.
I wanted to make the guy think I gave a shit about the fact that we made a mess.
Anyway, we can lie about it later. We'll tell him we got Simon and he didn't do his job.
Dude, you're good.
Yeah,
So
fuck Simon.
all of
what
that
I-
happened,
yeah.
and Frank is now walking away.
So
and you guys got off scot-free. What do you want to do?
I want to lock the door back
Okay.
when I leave.
So that's very easy to do. You
Yeah.
just twist the thing around it and you close it behind you.
Yep.
So you do that, and then what?
I'm gonna peek my head in the room and be like, is there a fucking reason we're here? Like, did we find anything?
He just peeked his head in. I'll just give him a nod and then just walk straight forward. I don't need to talk.
Great.
Hey there, ZB boy. Did you find anything in the desk over there?
I got this weird ass tablet. I think it says something. And then I'll just keep walking, just out the door.
Yeah, your
Now-
fucking nonchalantness. You've been with us forever. You can fucking tell us.
Now, in his room, there
I'm not
was
trying to be weird about it. I want to get to a safe place, like to
Yeah,
show
I
you
mean,
guys.
we're trying to like fucking dip.
Yeah,
right?
it's been weird already.
Yeah.
We need to get out.
So there was the desk on the one side. What was on the other side of the room?
There's just some chairs right in front of his desk where people that would sit part of a meeting. There's 2 windows and then picture frames between them, and then on the back side there's that door that goes to the bathroom that's right in the middle of the room, right in the middle of the wall.
Okay.
There's a table there with 2 chairs around it, and there's a really nice metal platter with 2 clean glasses and a bottle of whiskey. So you could tell that this councilman is not only a drinker, but is a very fancy drinker.
Is it a bottle or a decanter?
That's a good point.
It's a bottle.
What a fucking loser.
Wow.
Wow.
It actually
even
actually
classy.
says Jack Daniels
He's
right
not
on the
even
front.
that
Wow.
fancy.
Jesus.
He likes his
Just
Daniel.
blatant.
So since I'm a rogue,
Rogue.
and I am, a pickpocketeer and deceptioneer, I want to go over to this
Deceptioneer.
this here desk and give it a quick once over to see if I can see any like hidden bottoms or concealed drawers, anything like that.
Can I peek in the hallway when I see him go over here? I want to make sure Frank isn't coming. Like, I just want
Okay.
to give
So
it a
you,
quick
you
look.
notice that Richard's doing his normal do. He fucking looks at everything. He's a real creep. He might even be called a dick gobbler to some people. And
Big true.
and he looks at this table. He you don't see anything that looks obvious. If you want to, you can go into a little bit more detail about what you check, and that might reveal something else. But just looking at it straight up without a check, you don't really notice anything suspicious about this table. It looks like just a nice table, and it fits the setting. It fits the place for where you're
So
at.
here's my issue with this: is I would love it if Fucknut over here would communicate a little bit more of what we found, because I don't feel like at this point, like, it makes sense that he would keep looking, but like I feel like we would all be a little bit more invested
right.
if he told us
You know what?
it was.
Well,
No,
Fuck
I mean-
Nugget is on his way to the door to show you.
Okay,
Just
so
saying.
you don't see anything in there. You, Ben, you look outside the door, and Frank is still in the office across the hall. He's paying no mind to you guys. You guys do hear a little bit of a slam just now, and what do you do?
From what direction?
You just hear a slam, kind of coming from where you originally were back in the court, in the court.
Can
What do
I
you call
see
Court-
that
the
from the
courtroom?
hallway? Is that what I'm standing?
You don't see anything. The doors to the courtroom are still open. You just hear a slam come from that direction. And given that the tile floor of this entire town hall, there's no carpet, so the sounds echo and reverberate throughout the entire hall. So you just hear a hit, and it just kind of reverberates around the entire thing.
I'm standing outside of the door, and I see Frank in the other office doing whatever he's doing, and I don't want to leave everyone, but I also don't know why there'd be a slam, because Marilyn already said that she was going to be leaving, and there was only like 2 other people here, so it was either the janitor making noises or someone else is in here doing something they probably shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
So I'm relatively cognizant of that fact, but I don't want to leave too far away. So I want to get as far as away down to where I could potentially look to get like a idea of what's going on, but still be able to see down the hallway to where they are.
Okay.
Or to the room to where they are.
So you walk down the hallway a little bit toward the courtroom where you heard this sound come from. And just to the left of the courtroom is a small hallway that goes down to, like I said, the bathrooms and the janitor's closet. And out from the corner walks Simon. And he sees you and doesn't know who you are. And he says, "Hello, how are you today?"
I greet him right back. I'm well. How are you?
Oh, man.
You're the janitor, right?
Man, my name's Simon. I'm pretty good right now. I tell you, there's been something weird happening. Do you want to come look at this with me?
Does it have anything to do with the slam I just heard?
Oh, that was just my door. I need to fix that too. I tell you, did I
I'm just pissed. I'm like, this fucking guy.
did I see you come out of the councilman's door? Is that bathroom acting up again?
There was a bit of an overflow in the toilet.
Oh, damn it! I tell you what, that dude shits a bunch. It's weird.
It's weird.
Obviously, can't speak to the consistency of what was pulled out of the toilet, but
It's okay, I can.
so I kind of do like one of those things where like I look back down the hallway and see if Frank's like getting curious as why we're still in here.
No, Frank's he's just walking around the cubicles that are in the other side, and
Okay.
and you can kind of see in that you saw him pass the doorway. He's just doing his normal roundabouts. He
I'm like doing the double back, like trying to see like if it's okay to like leave the guys.
And then Simon kind of sees that you're like looking around, and he goes, "Man, you all right? You're looking around like real suspicious like and stuff."
No, I'm just okay. I'm just gonna tell him. No, we were here just so my story checks out. If he were to ask Frank, we were here sent by the councilman to retrieve this medicine from his cabinet, and I just want to make sure everything's good back there. But yeah, I'm fine. What did you want to show me?
Oh man, you're sure the councilman told you to grab his medicine? I was in there last week cleaning up, and oh man, he got onto me like no other. You sure? I mean, if he yells at you like he did me, I feel like he ripped me a new asshole. You want to make sure that he tells you explicitly what to grab. You sure he told you your medicine?
I wouldn't be in his medicine cabinet finding his medicine. He specifically told me to get the, and I don't remember what it was that you said, but you told us what the medicine name was, and I specifically call it out.
Okay.
So that way it makes it all the more believable that I'm here specifically
And
to
then
get that medicine.
Simon just kind of like, oh, well, I don't know all those words, but you know, you look like a trusting person. And, you know, because you're a bard, you're charismatic, you come off as automatically trusting. And Simon as, you know, a hick, you know, somebody who's not, he doesn't have a very complex social structure. He doesn't really do much socially. So he's very trusting. He's down to earth. He has faith in humanity. And even though you're not human, he still sees you as such. And he just says, "Oh, okay, man, that's cool. Let me go back and grab a snake. I'll fix that toilet right up."
So when he starts, I'm assuming he like turns around.
Yeah, he turns around. He
So
walks back to his office.
Right before he starts to turn around, I said, "Was there something you wanted to show me?" You said there was something weird going on. Does it have anything to do with all the rest of the other weird stuff that's been happening in this town?
And then he kind of winces. He goes, "Weird stuff, man. Weird stuff's been happening for years. Ain't weird to me no more. But yeah, I got something here I'd like to show you if you want to check it out."
I kind of do one of those like look back again, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take a look."
Okay, and do you go with Simon?
I do. I feel like I'm going to regret this, but I do.
Okay, so let's.
Is it his dick? Please tell me it's not his dick.
It's Rickle Dick again.
Well, let's pause here real quick because all of this just happened out in the hallway, and we got Richard back in the councilman's quarters who was investigating a table that had some whiskey and some glasses on it, and we got Zeeb who grabbed a tablet, an ancient-looking tablet from the councilman's second drawer on the right.
Not suspicious at all.
And he just was real like, "I got this. I'm going to go to the door." So I think you guys are about exiting at this time. And when you guys exit this door, you look to your left and you see Ben following a strange man in some very dirty overalls. and they go back into the closet. What do you guys do?
Is there another way around to the main hall?
So
like, can I go out to the right somewhere?
No, in the councilman's quarters there is a double door that goes out into the main hallway of the town hall, and that's the door you all went in, and the door you can go out to get back into the hallway. You can go out a window, I guess, if you want to.
I mean, I'm still gonna go straight out.
Okay.
I'm gonna I want to turn to see if he's still fucking around, if I can rush him, give him the nod, let's get the fuck out.
So
what are you doing, Richard?
I could see Ben walking out with the weird dude in the overalls.
Yeah. When you guys come out of the door, if that's what you do, then you look to the left and you see Ben and Simon both walking back to the left in a hallway where the bathrooms and the janitor's closet are.
Hey, Zeeb, looks like Ben might be going to fuck one of the town hobos again. You want to go watch?
Fuck you, Jed.
You know I do.
So you guys follow him?
Yeah.
So you guys turn the...
from a distance, like he was doing to us, his weird ass.
So Ben and Simon walk down into this hallway, and they take a right. And in front of them is this large metal door. It's just a solid blue color, blends right in. And written on the front, it says custodian. And the N is kind of like dehinged, where it's kind of upside down. So it says custodiu, but the U is kind of like hanging underneath because it's an upside down N, custodiu. And as he walks up, Simon reaches back for his belt and grabs this huge ring of keys. Like, this place maybe has 4 doors that you've seen. And he has 30 keys on his key ring. So he's shuffling through them, and he grabs the key. He knows what key it is, and he puts it in, and he opens it up. And he goes into the janitor's closet. And as he pushes the door open and he looks back at Ben, he sees you two behind Ben. And he says to Ben, "Hey, man, are these your friends?"
I just kind of turn around and see them coming as well. And I kind of put my hand out while they're approaching me. And I just kind of give them the wave for Simon not to see it. And I just kind of look, and I'm like, yeah, but they're not. They're doing their own thing right now. Just what is it that you wanted to show me?
Oh, here, take a look at this, man. It's pretty good. So he walks in this doorway, and on the left side, there's one of those big, perfectly square industrial sinks that they're huge, and they have you can clean stuff in them and stuff. On just to the right of that, there's this big mop bucket. And there's 3 or 4 mops sticking out of it with real dirty water in it. And when you look at this water, you can tell he has not cleaned this mop bucket for months. Hanged up on the wall just above this mop bucket is what looks like a coat rack. And on the coat rack are a number of different coats that don't look like it would be worn by Simon. They look out of place. There's a really bright pink one with a fluffy frill around the outside. And then on the back wall, there is another door, and the door doesn't look like it's used very much. It's an older door, and it's made of wood. It kind of looks out of place to you. And on the right hand side of this room, there's a drain that's on the floor, and the floor is kind of sloped down to the drain. So in the event that there would be a water leakage or something, you can tell this room is equipped to handle water. Just behind that drain, there's a hot water tank. And being in the 80s, they're very large and obvious white, ugly looking thing. But that's what you see in the room. So what do you want to do?
What is he telling me to look at? Because
he pulls you into this room, and just above the drain on the wall, there's a canvas. And he says, "Man, look at this. I just painted this right here."
I want to be as far away from him and closest to the door as possible, but still observe what he's telling me about.
All right. So when you walk into this room and he points at what's on the wall, it's a painting. It's a painting of what looks like a landscape, something that you wouldn't have seen yet, but something what looks like Bob Ross would have done. It's a very skilled piece of art that's just a lake and some mountains and some clouds above that mountain. And over on the left-hand side, there's some trees and some shrubbery. He's a very, very skilled painter. You can tell, and he's proud about it. He doesn't get to show very many people. So your perception is that he found a random person and he wanted to show you his art.
Fuck this guy.
I want to murder him in the janitor's club. No, I'm kidding. You said there was like a wooden door as well?
Yeah, there's a wooden door in the back middle of this room.
So I want to like give the painting like a good like once over from the distance that I can. And I want to like validate him, and I want to be like, you painted this?
He says, yeah, man, most people don't believe me. They think I bought it or something, but I really do love painting. Ever since Deborah died, it's been the only thing that's brought me comfort. And this dude's real transparent, real open. Like, it's kind of awkward how, like, forthcoming he is about his personal life.
I just want to kind of, like, I want to slowly step closer to the painting, but yet I'm going to put my, like, hand on his shoulder and be like, I'm real sorry to hear that. But this is a great painting. And I want to, like, look at it for a few seconds and then, like, pause, not enough to make it, like, super obvious, but I want to like transition my sight over to like this door and be like, hey, what's behind that?
And as you're looking at his painting and you're appreciating that, he looks at you and you can tell like there's this sincerity in his face. And he's just a real dude, and he's an older guy, but he just looks real. Like, and he says, I really appreciate it, man. I don't get to show many people this side of me ever since she died. And yeah, that door, it's I haven't really used that much. It's just an old sewer access in there. It's pointless, really.
You know anything about these like dying crops and these livestock killings?
Yeah, life's been real tough ever since she died. It's coincided about with the happenings around here. It's been real tough since she passed away. I've lost all my crop and my farmhand. I basically live here now. That's why I'm painting in my closet.
It's fucking sad.
I was going to say something horrible, but I decided against it. Trying to figure out how I want to go with this.
We're not a horrible group of people. We want to help this town.
Maybe. I still haven't decided yet. No, I want to progress, but like I'm trying to decide what to do with this information. He's a painter, and I'm trying to like segue this into, because obviously I know that he was directly involved in like the main occurrence when all this shit started happening, but also
Your character
my
doesn't
character
know that.
doesn't know that. I just
So-
know that.
And we've also gotten a tip that there's a priest or pastor or whatever the fuck like right across the street who we need to talk to
And
find out.
it's
I
about
know, but
5
the
o'clock, so he would still be there.
But
And
the
we
more
have his
information
bills.
I know about the people here, I can base future decisions off the fact that what they know can help us.
Okay.
So-
So,
Well,
as you're looking at his painting, you've asked about the door. Inviting you back here was a reach for him anyway. Like, it's something that he never really does. I mean, he's a lonely dude, and he wears his heart on his sleeve, you know. So he kind of sees that you're kind of awkward right now, you know, like, okay, thanks for bringing me back to your closet and show me your painting. I'll ask you about this weird door. And
I want to ask him if he's willing to sell the painting.
okay, go ahead and do that.
Do I know his name's Simon? Tell you what, how about I probably don't, do I?
Okay.
I'm gonna be. Tell you what's your name? If you don't mind,
My name's Simon. What's yours?
Simon. Ben.
Nice to meet you, man. I appreciate you coming back here and looking at this with me.
I love it. How much
Really?
you want for it?
Oh, no one's ever made me an offer on this. I don't know, man. I just do this for fun. If you give me a price, you'd pay for it.
I kind of like walk up to it, get a little closer, and I give it like a once, like up, down. And I kind of turn around and look at him, and I could tell that it's, you know, he does it, or at least he's very well conveyed that he does it as just like a hobby, something he really likes to do. He told me the story about his wife dying. I genuinely feel bad at this point. And I tell him I'll give him $350 for it.
What if they don't use bucks in this universe to pay for things?
He just said it's America.
Yeah, they use bucks.
This is an alternate timeline.
I don't pay with
The
animals.
Nazis won World War II. Everybody
Yeah.
pays in schmeckles.
25.
So he's completely blown away at the fact that you're going to offer him $350 for this painting. He's like almost in tears at the fact that something that he just did in his spare time just to, vent his emotion, just to put his mind at rest from everything that goes on every day. And you can tell he's not like a happy person. He's kind of like depressed, but this gesture means a lot to him. And he looks up to you like with a little bit of a smile, and he goes, "You mean you'd really want to buy this from me? You'd want to buy this?"
You're about to get fucked by a redneck.
Damn.
This is some Ozark
this
shit
is your
right
thing.
here. I just I keep looking at it, and I'm like shaking my head up and down, and I'm like, yeah, I love it.
Man, that means a lot to me. You can buy it. I'll sell it to you for $350.
So I want to hand him $350 Monopoly money. No, I'm kidding. So I open up my wallet and just pull out $400. I don't have 50s.
Okay.
I just pull out $400 and give it to him, and I tell him to keep the change.
Okay.
And I want to, while I'm doing it, I want it to be the reason I'm doing it is because it's a nice painting. It looks like, obviously, we earn our money in nefarious ways anyway. $350 is probably nothing to us.
Yep.
So, even though we do good, it's still, we have to make a living somehow, and hunting demons doesn't pay
Killing
the
monsters,
bills.
saving people.
Yeah, so all the money we make is literally probably just stolen or fraud or something like that.
Makes sense.
So the point is, I want to earn this guy's trust, just in case.
Okay. Well, you've definitely done that. He takes the money from you, and he walks back over right above his mop bucket where the coats were hanging. One of the coats he pulls out, and he stuffs the money down into one of the pockets. And then he walks back over to the wall where the painting's hung up, and he removes the painting from the wall, and then he hands you the painting.
The only thing I could think is pickpocketing the money and being like, free painting, bro. No, I don't want to do that. So I kind of I take the painting and I start to walk out the door, and I nod at him, and then I stop before I leave, and I turn around and I say, I tell you what, Simon, I'm going to be real with you here. We're here because we're trying to help out the town. And I know that might sound strange, but we heard about the livestock, and we heard about what's happening with the crops, and it's what we do. And if you have any information that could help us out, I would really appreciate it. For now, we're going to go talk to the Reverend and see if there's anything that he knows. And I want to pull out my wallet, and I want to give him a card. I'm assuming, this being modern day, we have cell phones and whatnot. No, we don't have cell phones.
It's
1985.
1985. You don't have cell phones.
They had cell phones. They were just big ass phones.
They were
We're
giant. They
also
were car
aliens.
phones.
Nobody.
Did we
had
have a
cell
car phone in our 69 Impala?
You don't have a car.
We don't have a car.
How did we get there?
Do I have a car phone on my horse?
We have a
a
69
question.
Impala.
It's a question. How did you get there? You don't have a car or a car phone.
Where did we
Okay,
come
no,
from?
that's fair.
Where did we
Where
go?
did we go?
I want to, since I don't have any means for him to communicate with me, I want to tell him that we'll be in town. Do I know where we're staying? Is there a hotel? that we're
Mallard's bar. There's an apartment upstairs,
staying? Okay.
and you're staying at Mallard's.
I want to tell him we are
Mallard's
staying
Inn.
at Mallard's Inn, and he can find us there.
Okay. And when you say this, he says, "Man, we've been needing some help. I hope you all are the folks that can help us out of this pickle." And I tell you, if you all don't do anything else, you've helped me. It's an honor having you purchase a painting from me.
Keep doing what you do. And I kind of nod at him, and I turn around and walk out holding
And
this giant fuck
you-
off canvas, walking out of this.
And as you walk out, he speaks up and he says, "Hey, Ben."
I don't like stop all the way, but I like on my way out, I'm like 99% of the way out the door, and I like turn around and like catch it as it's closing.
And he says, Reverend would be a good start. Make sure you also talk to Ingrid. She manages the landfill up a street.
And I kind of nod at him, and I'm like, I appreciate the help.
Says, thank you very much. If you need anything else, you know where to find me.
Okay. And I just kind of like let go of the door, and I walked back down the hallway towards the
And
guys.
when you let go of the door and you walk back down the hallway, you hear that door just do its methodical slam. And it is a large slam. The door's heavy, and it's not balanced right, and that's what caused the big slam.
Okay.
So you all are back out in the hallway. As you guys, as Ben comes back out the hallway and he joins up with Richard and Zeeb, Frank is exiting his normal patrol on the left-hand side of the main hallway. He's coming out of the doors from the offices. And as he walks past you back towards Simon's closet, he just kind of lifts his hand up, grabs his hat, and he nods at you all, and he says, have yourself a great night.
I kind of like, I'm holding the painting in one hand, and I like, or one arm, and I like do a little, like lift it up. I'm assuming he knows that Simon paints.
Well, he sees that you have that painting, and he said, why do you have Simon's painting? Are you stealing that? And he kind of gets really, he like puts his hand on his gun. Like, you can tell this dude does not see much action, and anytime he has a chance of seeing action, he really wants to like get in on it. He goes, why are you stealing that?
I kind of like throw up my hands. I'm like, easy. Simon, I was just in Simon's closet. I just bought it off.
And then right when he raises his voice, Simon peers around the outside or peers around the corner. And he goes, Frank, it's all good, man. He bought that from me. Can you imagine? And then Frank's like, oh, okay. And then he kind of relaxes. His hand goes away from his pistol.
He's
and
like, damn it.
He's like, okay. And he says, I thank you all for being such loyal companions. Which is like, for you guys, is like a weird thing for a random security guard to say. He says, explicitly, I thank you all for being companions. And then he walks past you all, goes back toward the closet with Simon.
I'm just imagining us reconvening, and Richard's like, I found drugs. And he's like, I found this tablet. And I'm like, I bought a painting.
We'd also be wondering why.
I bought a painting.
Why Mr.
So where is Frank physically?
Frank, it was walking across
Said he
the
went back
hallway
to the closet.
from the office, and he was walking back to Simon's closet. So he's already out of the main hallway. It's just you three left in the main hallway.
So he is in Simon's closet.
Sounds like a horrible TV show.
No, Simon's closet's down like the hall, and then like right off to the side. So you can't tell if he went in there. You're out in the main hall. You really can't see it unless you want to go look.
Yeah, I want to go peek down the hallway.
Okay, so
wanna
you
go
walk
look
back
in
down the
Simon's
hallway,
closet?
and as you're walking toward this hallway, you hear another loud slam, and you just assume that his door just closed again. And when you look down in that hallway, you don't see anybody. So you pretty much assume that him and Frank are in that closet.
All right. I was going to pickpocket him.
that's weird.
That's fine.
So Frank and Simon are both in his closet?
Yeah, Frank and Simon. You assume that because Frank went nowhere else.
There were
two restrooms,
There's
but
something fucked up with these guys.
there were two restrooms in that hallway.
Something
But
fucked up with this town.
Yeah, I just want to go talk to the Reverend.
Yeah, I do too. I don't want to spend any more time
Yeah,
here.
this is. I mean, we already have a painting. I don't want to spend any more money.
we have a painting.
Yeah. So thank God for that.
Yeah, let's go talk to the Reverend.
Okay.
Can we reconvene in the hallway? And
Yeah, you all are basically in the hallway.
Did we
He-
already talk about our discoveries?
Yeah, I was going to say, can we just kind of like retcon the whole we met and talked?
Okay,
and-
yeah, that's great. Okay, so you all know everything that each other knows. Is there anything you do or say based off of that conversation that you want, to be known?
I mean, I would like to mention that we should go back to that wooden door.
Can you
and
repeat what the tablet said? It said that the town will never live again or something like that?
No, it said there will be death before there is life.
some vague shit?
What did it? No, it was like the crops won't grow.
No, the tablet said there will be death before there is life.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought it said something about crops growing or
No.
some shit like that.
It might have.
It has changed.
It doesn't anymore.
Yeah,
If it did, it said there will be life before there will be death before there is life.
so it's like 4:30
I'll write that
right
down
now?
so I don't forget it. It's a little after 5. After all of this has happened, you're about 45 minutes from the town hall closing its doors at 6 p.m.
Is everybody in agreement to go talk to this reverend?
Yeah,
for sure.
But
Yeah.
I want to say this as we leave the town hall and go back towards our car that we don't have. We walk out of the town hall, and I want to be holding the painting in front of me. And you said it's like of a mountain range and trees and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I want to kind of look around to see if this looks relatively familiar, or if there's anything around us that looks even remotely close to what this painting is.
No, you're in South Dakota, so it's flat. It is flat as flat.
Okay.
Can I burn that?
Fuck off, bro.
I
I just
want to
paid
ask you,
$350 for this painting.
and then might as well.
I'm
burn
not
that
losing
money.
hope, though. I just I look at it, I realize it's not, and we head to the church.
So you all walk outside the town hall, and as you do, you walk outside the town hall and you see what looks like a normal street. You look to your left down the street, and you see a shopping mall. Directly in front of you, across the street, is the church. And to the right is a sign that says Mallard's Bar. And then underneath of the word bar, it says the word inn. And then just past that down the street, you don't see any lights. There's nothing that really lights up except for the normal street lights. And the street lights just across the street from the church, down the street to your right, they shine onto a big chain link fence. So that's what you kind of see in your immediate surroundings. And you walk across the street from town hall to the church, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you all walk to this church. And the church, when you walk to it across the street, directly is the side of the church. So you'll have to walk around the corner to your right in order to walk into the entrance that's on the left. You all just walk to the entrance.
Yep.
So you walk into the entrance, and the church is well lit. It's a very well decorated church.
Fucking lit.
It is lit AF. It's a well decorated church. You can tell that whatever funding was provided for this church was pretty hefty. It's a high budget church for such a small town, and it's weird to you almost that this is such a nice church for just this small cluster of buildings that they call Oak Creek, South Dakota. So you walk into this church, and there's no one. You don't see anyone in the church. You walk into the church, and on the left, you see 4 confession booths. On the right, there's a closed set of double doors. And right in front of you, you're looking down the center aisle of pews that line the left and the right-hand side of the church. And then right in the middle is the main stage, and above the main stage is a big cross.
I want to
What do you
go
wanna
into one of the confession booths.
Okay, which one do you want to go into? There's 4 of them.
I want to go into the one closest to the furthest one on the left.
The furthest one on the left? Okay, so you open the door, and it's not locked. But when you open it, you just see a bunch of Christmas decorations. You see everything that would be needed for a nativity scene. You see a model Jesus, model Mother Mary, and you see a crib with
A model Jesus.
I just-
strikes a pose.
Yes, I know. That is exactly what I thought.
and it's nothing really stands out to you.
No place to sit down like a normal confession booth.
No, it is literally a closet, and there is a bunch of stuff in it.
Okay, well, let me go to the next one then.
So you go to the next one to the left.
Yep.
You open it up, and in this closet, it looks just like a closet.
I thought you said these are confession.
They are confession booths, but
they're being used as closets.
they're being used as closets. There's just random things stored in these confession booths. In the first one, there's decorations, Christmas decorations. In this one that you're looking into, everything from jackknives to Perry hammers. There's just random tools like socket wrenches, screwdrivers, hammers, saws. They're just hung up along the wall of the confession booth.
Well, first thing that's wrong with this town is the only church is a Catholic church.
Did y'all hear about the shootout at the Catholic Church?
Oh, damn it. No.
The locals said all you could hear was pew 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 pew.
Good one, Jed.
Shut up.
You should retire
Okay.
from comedy.
I want to go to the next one.
Okay, the next one to the left.
I'm trying to find an open confession booth.
Yeah, so when you open this one, it looks relatively clean. It like a confession booth.
Okay. I want to sit down in it, and I want to say, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned."
Do you have to make a special knock when you get in, or do they already know that you're there?
I don't know.
Do you have to
I don't know this. I don't know how this works.
I don't know.
So you do this, and when you do, nothing happens.
You didn't do a knock.
Shut the fuck up, Jed.
That wasn't even me. I didn't even say anything.
He wants Jed to shut
I
up,
just
which is
want you to
completely
shut
acknowledged.
The fuck up. That's all I want. Oh God. So no one.
No,
Okay.
no one's there.
Okay. All right. So I just kind of walk out, and hopefully the guys I'm with aren't going to give me too much shit for being such an idiot. I want to know where this guy is, so I just walk out, and in very much IT crowd fashion, I'm just like, Father! I can hold out my fist.
Okay, so as you scream, Father, the double doors to the right, they open up, and Father Henry comes out, and he sees you all in there, and he looks very warm, very welcoming. He's a very humble person.
Sweaty. He's got a sweater on.
No, he has robes. He has
so
he
warm.
has
Okay.
he has very dark navy blue robes on, and he
Very
says
warm robes.
he says, welcome to the church, strangers. How may I help you?
Apparently, you want to make a confession, so you can go ahead, man.
Well, I didn't
I'll
know if
nudge
he
you-
was.
I'll nudge you
I was
forward.
trying to determine whether or not he was in the confession booth.
So as he walks out, as you scream that, he sees that the confession booth door is still open, and he says, "Were you in my storage?"
Uh-oh.
I was searching for an open confession booth.
I apologize. It has been years since the last confession, and the storage space is sparse around here, so I've retrofitted those as closets. I
Sure.
sincerely apologize. If you have something you'd like to confess, we can go in confession booth 1. It's open.
I would like to confess that model Jesus is fab.
Ah, yes, the church spent mighty fine money on that model.
Abs do.
All right.
What brings you here, folk?
Well,
I've done a lot of talking, so I'm going to let Jed take this one. Bruce is continuing to be useless. So
Father, Marilyn over at the town hall told us to come over here and talk to you.
Ah, Marilyn sent you, did she? What did she say? I fear for the worst of my life.
Well, she was talking about some of your weird happenings that have been going on around here in town.
Indeed.
She said that maybe we should come talk to you about that.
Well, being that you're not commoners here, what's the nature of your inquiry?
Let's see. Have you ever watched the Sci-Fi Channel?
CW series.
You ever seen the Sci-Fi Channel?
And you say this, and his eyebrows kind of raise. And he is a perceptive person. He kind of sees in you a mystery in itself. Whoa.
It's deep, bro.
Probably
And
more in Zeb because he's a
he,
mysterious man.
as you can tell that he's kind of studying you three. And he kind of gets this grin on his face, and he almost gets chipper and happy, and he goes, "Come with me!" And he turns around and he walks down the hallway through the pews, and he walks up to the main stage. Do you all follow him?
I want to shit in the confession
This
booth.
is a Catholic church.
Dick Gobbler looks
There's a lot of kids nearby.
quizzically at his compadres and then follows the good father down the aisle.
Okay. Do you all follow with
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I really don't want to, but I want to.
So he goes down this main hallway of pews, and to the left there's a small 3-step staircase that goes up to the main stage of the church. And he walks up the staircase to the main stage of the church, and just below the cross where Jesus Christ is sitting, standing, whatever you want to say it is.
Crucified?
Yeah, the crucifix of Jesus.
Wait,
there's
this is a Catholic church?
just ignore this.
Okay.
There's 2 dangling drapes, what you would normally see on like a stage. And he pulls the drapes across, and there is a bathtub. Another quirk for your religion crisis here. It looks like a place where they would baptize people.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he pulls this back, and it looks like a bathtub just past the main stage. And along the bathtub,
I don't like this at all.
there's a bunch of candles. And it looks very nice. It looks very peaceful. It's very bright and white. It doesn't look evil at all. It looks very, very, very holy. And he pulls it back very carefully. He draws the curtain back very carefully. And he reaches inside and he grabs a device. And he pulls the device back out and he hands it to you, Ben. Out of the 3 of you, he chooses you to hand it to. And this device looks like a cylinder that has like one of those old 80s toys that you would wind up and then it would like play a song or something for you.
You put it in your butt and it vibrates.
Shit!
You could use it for that, I guess. But he hands it to you and he says, "Look at this." What do you do?
I'm like looking back and forth at
Like,
Zeeb
what the fuck do I do?
and Richard, and I'm just like, I just kind of like take it, and I don't. Can I do like an investigation check on it?
Yeah,
I just
sure.
I want
Go-
to get. I don't know what this thing is, and I want to figure it out.
Yeah, not only roll an investigation check, roll an investigation check, and then roll an insight check for me.
Well, both of those things are dog shit. So, well, my investigation check was a 4, and my insight check was a 6. These are awful rolls.
Wow. Wow.
Now
So
you know
you-
how we feel.
You look at this
Fair.
device, and you only can tell the obvious things. It is a cylindrical shape. So if you look at it from the top, it is a round sphere, and if you look at it from the side, it looks like a little rectangle.
So I want to
It's a cylinder.
I wanna,
on
like-
the top of it, there is a crank where you can wind, and on the side of it, there's a small hole, and that's all you really notice about it.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna like when he hands it to me, I'm gonna ask him what it is.
And he, when you ask him what it is, you look at his face, and his eyes close, and he looks down at the ground, and he says, "I am no mechanic, but I found this, and I believe it to be significant."
Where did you find it?
"I do not want to say," he says.
Please.
He kind of looks down at the ground, and in an embarrassing gesture turns around, and he says, No, I really would like if you could tell me more about this without me telling you where I found this."
All right, so my bard is gonna come into play here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, Father, I appreciate you sharing this with me. I'm somewhat of a historian myself. See, my friends and I, we're not from around here, but we are here because we have a friend here. You know, Simon, the janitor up the street at the town hall. I'm sure you know of him. He, I don't know if you know, does magnificent paintings. Amazing. I just bought one a little bit ago. Paid $350 for the thing. So,
We're visibly pissed that
You're visibly pissed.
but what struck me about this painting was that Simon, he's a simple man. And you know about the past with his wife and her dying right around the same
It is
time as
tragic.
all this strange thing started happening in this town.
Yeah.
So we're here because we don't believe in coincidences. And for the same reason, I don't believe that it's a coincidence that you would have happened to not only not want to share this information, but the fact that you're embarrassed about it and the fact that you believe it to be significant, all these things aren't really adding up for me. So please trust me when I tell you that you don't have anything to be embarrassed about. I'm inquisitive in nature. Please feel free to share this information with me.
I would love to, if I only knew your name.
And I tell him my name's Ben.
And he looks at you with soft eyes. And
Hell yeah.
he says, Ben, I will only tell you. Will you come back to my office with me?
I don't think I have anything to be worried about. I'm way too old for this guy.
Where did you say that you work? Sexual assault hotline? I think we're going to need you.
Got you.
We're going to need to tag you in.
He didn't ask me to come alone, though.
Yeah, he said he will
He
only
said
talk
only
to
you, man.
He's ready for all three dicks at once. He's like,
knows he
I
can
want to
take
be
you.
air gapped.
I think I can hold myself. I can
Okay.
contain my own. So I'm gonna agree.
Okay, so
They can hear this conversation.
They can
I'm
hear this
assuming.
conversation, and he looks over to them and says, "We will be right back."
Can I hand the device to them, or do I have to bring it with me?
You
Is
have
he
to
gonna
bring
be
it with you.
pissed?
Okay.
If
Okay.
you want to hand it off, you'll hear him say, "Please, no, bring that with
He's
you."
going to fuck you with it.
Yeah. Well, it's.
I don't think that's what's gonna happen, but I don't think it's good, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen.
Good luck.
I would like to request. I would imagine, since we're traveling together and we're demon hunters, that there's some type of sign that we can have that's like, stay close.
Do it.
I think we
Yeah.
have a lot of
So,
stuff.
yeah, I was gonna say
You know?
like a little like
We
You all
know
have
each other.
really effective communication between you.
We know
That's
what's going on.
Stay close is just like holding your fingers really close together.
I'm just turning around. I'm like, stay
Tight
close.
butthole.
yeah, okay.
Hey, really close.
No, so I kind of turn around and I do like a hand motion that's like, I say like, I'll be right back, and I do like a motion, and that they know means stay close.
And
like,
and as you do that, you're walking toward the door.
yeah, like
Okay.
with the
Okay, so
priest.
he as he walks down the 3 steps from the stage, and if you're looking at the stage from the back of the church, on the left hand side there's a door, and he walks up to that door. He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a key and he opens the door, and then he reaches behind the knob and he locks the door, and you and him walk into this door and he closes it behind you. So you and him
Does
are
he
now
lock it?
Yeah, he locked it. You're now in a locked room with this Reverend Henry. And this locked room, when you walk in, it's kind of dark. It's 5 o'clock in the evening. It's December, by the way. This was almost 3 years later from the original event that you heard. And he walks in, and you see what looks like a computer terminal on his desk, and a hallway of books and other various items. There's a sitting place where you could tell is well worn. He sits there a lot and he reads and contemplates. There's many different versions of the Bible on the book stand right beside the chair. And when you walk in, he walks up to the right, and there's this pedestal, this odd-looking pedestal that looks like a metal mushroom. And this metal mushroom has this socket on top of it. And he walks over to the mushroom, and he looks back at you, and he holds out his hand, and he says, "Please, give that to me."
Yeah, I mean, I do.
So
Can I? Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, when he goes into this room and locks the door, I want to look at Zeeb, and I feel like it would be non-verbal, but basically just kind of like give him the look, like, "Hey, check this place out," and then I'm gonna run over to the door and crouch down next to it and kind of get my thieves' tools laid out in front of me just in case I need to pick this lock real quick.
And I
Okay.
just want to look around the place to see if I notice anyone else.
Roll an investigation check.
All right, what do I do for that?
Just roll one of the 20-sided dice, the one that has the most numbers on it.
Yeah.
Just roll that, and then add whatever investigation modifier you have.
No.
This is your spot. No, you have to roll this for me.
Oh my god. Okay.
Just throw it.
There's so many zeros.
Yeah, that's a great roll. Thank you. That would be an 8.
Did you add your investigation modifier?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
So you look around the church, and the only thing that you see that's really
one of my skills too. What the?
The only thing that you really see that's out of place is you notice that there's this the stained glass that makes up the all of the windows in this church is all stained glass, and you can tell that the artwork is very, very nice. Like it is well done. It seems very high budget for such a small town. And again, you make note of that kind of being out of place. As Richard leans down in front of the door to begin, he takes out his thieving kit and he begins to lockpick, I suppose, this door.
I think he said he wanted to be ready
Yeah,
just in case.
He wanted to be ready.
Like
okay.
he wanted to be listening and ready just in case.
I'm going to be looking around,
but
but I want to like also keep an eye out on the main door to see if anybody walks in.
Okay.
That I notice.
Okay.
To kind of like urge him away.
I just want to point out, metagaming here, this would be a great fate system campaign.
Fate, so what's that mean?
So there's a D&D type called fate, to where there's different traits, and they're like things like plus weird and like roll to kick some ass, and like just like 7 or 8 different things that you can do. And then you have to, if you roll a 1 to 6, it's a complete failure. If you roll a 7 to 9, it's a mixed success, and a 10, 11, and 12 is a complete success. And so it's a completely different way to play D&D entirely, but this would be perfect for that type of system.
Okay.
But I thought I'd point that out.
Take note.
So let's do that.
Huh?
I'm being open-ended as possible.
Oh, no.
No, we are taking that suggestion. Jed, roll a d12.
Well, it doesn't work like that.
It does. It will right now.
It will
okay.
now. Oh shit, Jed.
He's DMing, so
Fuck.
Please drink another gallon of foam.
I don't
Great.
understand what's wrong with
What's
you.
happening?
Let me roll this, and then I'll go grab a paper towel.
I don't understand why what are we changing?
We're just determining what happens. That's all.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, that's partial success. That's fine. So you crouch down in front of this door and you take out your thieving kit, and you're kind of ready for whatever would happen. Is that correct?
Yes.
So are you meaning instead of rolling with our skills, we're just rolling straight out and saying what we have? Is that, or are we still adding our
That'll
skill
have.
bonuses?
Let's just say he told me that, and I was like wanting to own it. So
Yeah.
I'll implement that role into what may or may not occur here.
Okay.
Well, they don't use normal. There's specific fate dice
Oh.
and everything too. Like it's not. They don't use this type of dice.
I didn't know.
It's just a different game entirely, essentially.
Oh,
Yeah,
you just blew my mind.
it's cool.
Please next time blow my dick and not my mind.
Fair enough.
All right.
So that straight up and down check will have a bearing on what happens. So
I love those.
Ben, back inside the Reverend's office. You're standing in front of this object that looks very strange. You've never seen anything that looks like this before. It looks like a mushroom. It has a very dome-like shape on top, and a little port where this device looks like it goes. So you hand this device to him, and he sets this device down into the top of it, and you hear a locking sound. And then he twists the top of it, and it begins to glow. And he looks back at you, and he says, Ben, have you ever seen anything like this?
Father, no, I haven't. But why are you Why are you not forthcoming with where you found this?
I'm not proud to say.
Damn your pride.
If you must know,
Pride cometh before the fall, as you know the Bible says.
some versions of it do.
I got him!
Ben, you seem like a trustworthy individual. So I will tell you where I found this. Craig, at one time, believed that his
Craigslist.
Craig believed that his crops were going to die. He believed that his animals were going to die. And I've heard recently that this has began happening. A few weeks ago, he had me visit his farm. He thought that a prayer might help him. So I visit his farm one afternoon, and I went out in the field, and I knelt down and looked up at the sky and beheld such a wondrous sight. And I prayed to God that whatever was trembling his foundation would be healed, that it would be remedied. It has worked in the past. But this time in front of me was nothing more than a pile of cow shit. And he says shit in a way that's like kind of off-putting because, you know, he's a reverend. You don't think he would cuss, especially in his own church. But he says it right to you. Cow shit. And he says, in this cow shit was something shiny. So against my better judgment, I reached in and found this artifact. I washed and cleaned it up. But
No wonder the cows are dying. They're shitting out giant metal bricks.
But it is bewildering.
I'm having trouble figuring out why he'd be embarrassed that he went somewhere to pray over some guy's crops.
Well, he
So do
dug
you wanna
through
ask him
some
that?
shit.
Okay, I mean, maybe that's why. Yeah, I'm going to ask him why are you embarrassed about doing something that a priest would do? Praying over someone's crops or dying lands, or it's his living.
I would be proud, and I am proud to provide this service to anyone. But what would people think if they knew Reverend Henry was digging around in their crops' poop? Wouldn't go good for my name. And I'm not proud to say that that's where I found this artifact. But this artifact has brought me much curiosity and closer to God.
Why has it brought you closer to God?
Because it is mysterious. It is God's doing. He must have placed that there for me to find. It's the only explanation.
God, I wish you guys were here.
I'm sorry. He wanted alone time with you.
So yeah,
He needed
that's what I'm
rape
going to
time,
ask him. Why only tell me this? Why not my friends?
I am limiting my embarrassment. And I have chosen you. to
Guys,
trust.
he dug around in cow shit. No, I'm kidding.
I chose you to trust. You seem trustworthy. And you said you were here to help the town. So please, if you can, help me. What is this artifact?
What? So it's glowing right now, right?
He placed this artifact down into a socket that looked like it fit the artifact perfectly.
I want
And then he
to.
twisted the little windy thing that's on top of it, and it began glowing.
I want to specifically take note of the time in which this happens,
Okay.
so that way I can reference it later, if in case we're asking people, did anything strange happen at this time of night?
Okay.
So I want to
So in his office, you look up and there is a clock right above his desk.
Okay.
And the clock says it is 6:18 p.m.
Okay. So I notice this thing is glowing and it's weird. I've never seen anything like it. And I want to ask him if it's okay if I call my friends into the room now and mention that we don't have to talk about how we found it. because I
Okay.
want them to see it.
And he looks at you, and he kind of looks like a little flustered. Like he doesn't like the idea of a bunch of people being like in his personal space.
Can you explain to him this is what we fucking do?
And then he
I
kind
don't
of
want
like
to yet. I've thought about it, but I don't want to yet.
All right.
he looks at you and he goes, Why do they need to be here?
Don't do it.
I'm pulling my
He's really
here.
He's trying me.
Oh, this is a good one.
Quick on his toes.
Reverend, you mentioned that you thought me a trusting person. But wishing me a smart person may be wrong as well. They might have more insight into the situation than I. We are here to help.
I
Let
believe
us help.
you.
We
I
don't-
believe you.
If it's your office or the setting you're uncomfortable in, maybe we can move this into the main hall.
No, he dismisses what you said, and he believes you. He walks out to the door. He unlocks the door, and he pokes his head outside into the main thing.
Jed's
of
on the
church.
ground like, shit!
He had a good roll for that, so I assume that he's already packed his stuff up, and then he motions like a small boy would motion to come join in eating chicken. He goes, "Come on!" And you guys, do you go with him back into his office?
Interesting, he would motion like a small boy.
Like a small boy eating chicken? Is that what you just said?
Let's get more.
What the fuck?
Come on.
That's how he's excited.
What?
Come on, guys, chicken!
Do you guys not get that mental image? Yeah, it's common.
How the fuck do you just say that so normally?
As a small eating chicken.
He's
Come
just
on, guys,
he's just
there's
innocent
chicken.
and genuinely excited. That should
About
give you
fucking chicken?
about chicken. Yes, he's
But
excited
in this
about
case,
his
it's
chicken.
a celestial butt plug. So let's go.
Damn, why didn't I think about that?
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'll follow his gesture.
So you guys come in and
I'm imagining they walk into this room, and I know you're the DM here, but like I kind of want to frame the situation.
Go
like
for
I
it.
step back, and as they're walking in the room, I want to immediately call their attention to this fucking weird glowing thing in the center of this room.
I wouldn't have noticed it otherwise.
Shut
Glowing
the fuck
objects
up!
are
Like,
just-
Okay.
I want that to be the center, like the first thing that you look at and pay attention to. That might
Okay.
be a bad thing, but that's what I want.
so you guys walk in, and Ben is directing your attention toward this object that Reverend Henry and Ben have both been investigating. What do you do?
Well, I want to just ask him how we can help, or like,
So you
what brings us, like why,
What brings
why call
me
us
here?
in now? Why call us in now?
says, "Please look at this. Tell me what you know. If you are here to help, I expect you to have information."
Can I look at the
Shit,
glowing
dude.
object to see if I notice anything?
And you can tell he's kind of nervous. Like he really wants something to come of this conversation. It's not like he takes anyone off the street back into his office to show them this secret object.
Over
Like,
the age of 12.
he's kind of confiding in you all, and he's nervous that he's showing you this.
Can I ask real quick? Whose office in the town hall were we in? Was it the Reverend?
We were in the councilman's office,
Okay.
and Ben was in the Simon's closet as well.
Can I look at the object to see if I notice anything on it?
Yeah, roll an investigation check for me.
All right.
Just a D20 straight up plus your investigation.
Here you go. Roll
Oh
this.
my god.
Good luck for me.
All right.
Plus investigation,
My
right?
purpose.
Yeah.
All right. This is your one job. 11. Is that all right?
11. That's okay.
Okay. That's
You-
okay.
You notice.
All right.
You notice that this object, it looks like if you were to see this object from a distance, you would think that it was a small tree, but it's all metal. It has a base that's very curved shape, kind of like the base of a mushroom.
Girthy.
And then at the top, it has a dome, and then in the top middle of it is the where this object is placed. And not only is this object glowing, but along the base of this structure, there's some aura that's emanating from it. And when you investigate this with an 11, you also kind of hear a small hum, just like just a very faint, very peaceful sounding hum, like it's doing something. What do you do?
Well, I mean, I don't know much about hums. Can I just? I want to. I don't know how to phrase it, but I want to obscurely mention the celestial text I found in the counselor's office in a vague way to see if it hits.
So do that in character voice for me.
Oh, fuck me.
Come on, Zeeb.
God damn. Can I the only thing I hear from this object is that death will come before life, or whatever the fuck it was.
Okay.
And then I just want to just phrase it that way. Like, he doesn't know if I hear shit. Oh, fuck him.
And when you say those words, he like gets really wide-eyed and like almost in a panic. He runs. And he runs out of his office, and instead of out the door that you all came in, there's another old-looking door in the end of his office. And he walks into that office and slams the door behind him. And you all are now alone in his office.
All right. I'm
gunning for that door.
The one that he went through?
He goes straight for
I was
it.
going to say, I was going to go for him, but I'm going to leave that to you. I have not been using these stats because of the type of campaign that we're in, but fuck it. I want to make an Arcana check on this fucking object.
Okay.
I want to know what the fuck it's doing.
Give me that roll.
Fucking finally. 21.
21. So with a 21 Arcana check on this object, you can tell that it is connected to something. Not only is it connected to something, it is connected to multiple somethings, and you can feel the direction of their energy.
It's fucking Russia.
So
They got us again.
This is Stranger Things. Fuck.
and
Timeline matches 1980s.
not only is your energy, not only do you feel the energy in what direction it comes from, but you can feel different levels of strength with each direction. All of the energies that you feel it connected to are kind of coming from a downward perspective. Like one of them is like straight off 90 degrees to the east, except down, like 30 or 40 degrees. Another one is really, really strong, almost right underneath of it. And then you have a third one, which is kind of toward the entrance of the church. And those are the three energies that you feel with that arcane check. So you all are standing in the Reverend Henry. You are standing in his office. He has just walked through this large, old wooden door. And after Zeeb spoke the words that are on the tablet that he found in the councilman's chambers, Reverend Henry responded only emotionally and then darted through this door and has disappeared from the scene. What do you do?
Richard had said that he wanted to chase him down and go, try to get through the door, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go through the door too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all approach this door and you try to open it.
I am not. I'm still investigating this weird thing.
You're investigating the weird thing. Zeeb, what are you doing?
I'm running with him.
You're okay.
With Mr. Gobbler.
Okay. So you two run toward this door and you try to open it and it is locked.
Cool. I'd like to pick the lock.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
That is a 16.
A 16 does not successfully pick this lock.
Oh.
Oh, fuck. Oh. Wow, this is rough.
So you're not able to get in this door. What do you do?
Can I just charge at it, and try and bash it down?
Yeah, give me a strength check.
No, not me.
Not like this.
Just a D20.
I can't.
Please hit me. Hit me with the strength check. Well, it's not my strongest suit.
No pun intended. Oof.
That's going to give me 11.
Okay, so you take off running. Do you want to narrate this for us?
God bless. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go for it.
So I want to like take off at this door, right? And I'm running down the hallway, and I know karate, so I'm going to take a flying kick to this door, and see what happens to it.
Okay, so you take a flying kick to the door, and this is a very heavy door. It is large, wooden, and you can feel with your foot
Yep.
as it
Does
as
it look
cracks.
wooden, but it turns out to be iron?
I should have checked that.
Hashtag season 3. Episode 3, I mean. And your foot hits the door, and there's just a big thud sound that it makes.
Perfect.
Nothing happens. The door stays closed. You do land, not as gracefully as you'd like, but you do land on your other leg, and then, you stand up. Dick Gobbler is right below you as you land with one leg up, and he looks up at
As
you
he
kind of
should
like,
be.
oh,
Here it comes.
that's a dick I'm going to gobble.
What are the ceilings made out of?
It's a drop ceiling.
Perfect. All right. So I want to take a run at the wall
Okay.
and make a jump and kick off the wall and try to go up through the drop ceiling.
Okay, so give me an athletics check.
Okay. And so I have one of my traits is that I have second story work. So climbing doesn't cost me extra movement, and if I make a running jump, my distance increases by 4 feet.
Great.
So you said what check?
Athletics.
Okay. It's an 18.
With an 18, you run and jump off the wall. So I'm assuming your foot is kicking the wall to get traction to jump up into the ceiling.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So here's how this is going to go. You run and you jump. Which foot do you push into the wall?
I would say right foot.
Your right foot
Yeah.
pushes into the wall. It gets you good, steady traction. And then do you jump from that position up into the drop ceiling?
Straight up through the drop ceiling. And
So
try to
you
grab
jump
onto
straight
something.
up into one of the tiles that's already loose. And when you jump up through this, it's almost like a moment in time where it's like slow motion. And you jump up into there by loosening that tile. Your head is now above the drop ceiling. And you look around you and you see a few pipes, one right above you that's running toward the front entrance of the church, and another one that's running toward the room that the Reverend Henry just walked into. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to make a decision now that you're in midair. What do you want to do?
I want to try to grab on with both hands to the one that's running into his room.
Okay. So you do that. And as you grab that, the weight of your body kind of pulls the pipe down toward you, and water begins leaking out the pipe and running down your arm. What do you do now?
Is it hot?
No, it's just cold water.
Okay.
Okay, I try to pull myself up to see if I can see over into that room or
Okay.
like a way into that room.
So you pull yourself up, and water is kind of more, it's gushing now.
Yeah.
It's spraying off into a direction, and it makes it more difficult to see. So go ahead and give me a investigation check.
$19.
With the 19, you very clearly see that pipe is going into a round cutout that's about a foot wide that just looks like foam, like a typical firewall between different sections of a building. So the pipe goes in through that firewall, and around the pipe, it looks worn, like the pipe had moved a lot. But you can clearly see that there is a firewall that's about a foot wide, and that pipe is going into it.
All right, I'm going to try to squeeze my way through there.
Okay, so you begin climbing like toward that hole.
Yeah.
What do you want to do to get through this firewall?
So, I'm hanging from the pipe and just hand over hand, leg over leg, move towards it until I can get to where I can kind of brace myself on the hole with my my head and like my neck, and then just sort of try to shimmy my upper body through. And then once I can get my upper body through, if I can fit my shoulders through it, then the rest of my body will go.
Okay, so this firewall is sealed with some sort of like fire putty. Mm-hmm. Like it's a firewall. Like it's designed to be sealed. So it's not like something you can crawl through.
Okay.
Did you want to try to do something to like dig it out maybe or something?
Yeah. So I have a scimitar, short sword, longbow, and a dagger. So probably in this case, I'll take out my dagger.
Okay.
And try to cut the opening a little bit wider so that I can fit through.
Okay, and that's fairly easy for you to do. You cut open this firewall, and it does look like it could be enough for you to crawl through. And you're wanting to crawl through this?
Yeah, I want to try to squeeze through, yeah.
Okay. How do I want to do this? I wanted to implement luck. I really want to implement luck. Give me a straight up and down roll on your D20.
I'm such a bad roller, though.
And that's not the final determination. So whatever you roll, we're going to divide by 2 and add 2. And then we're going to add that to your check.
All right. Well, that's not terrible. It's an 8.
An 8 divided by 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll a athletics check, and then add 6 to that.
Okay.
This is a lot.
What is math? 14.
14. It makes it really tough for you to get through this hole. So you put your right arm in and you put your head in, but you're already feeling like it's kind of tight.
Can I?
While he's doing this, he's up there stuck in this hole right now. What are you guys doing? Zeeb, Ben, what are you doing?
Hold on a second. So I was in this room and I kind of like turned around and walked out, and saw like just at the point where the last little bit of Richard had like shimmied up into the ceiling, and I see Zeeb standing there, and I want to go to this door and kind of push on it, and I feel that it's locked, and I'm going to cast a spell called Dimension Door. And Dimension Door lets me teleport myself from my location to any other spot within a 200-foot radius that I can see, I can visualize, I can describe, or is in a general direction within 200 feet. I can bring other people, objects, as long as they are willing, and they are within 5 feet of me. So I see him trying to get up here, and Zeeb is standing next to me, and I want to reach up and grab Richard's foot, and I want to grab Zeeb, and I just want to teleport right through this door.
Okay.
And that is a 4th level spell, so I only have 2 of those. So
That's wild.
Okay, so
it's a high level spell.
Yeah.
As you do that, there's this this odd like, and the teleport opens, and you look above you, and like through some of the shattered drop ceiling that Richard had destroyed as he was crawling across to try to get into this firewall. He looks down through one of the shattered pieces of drop ceiling, and he sees you just step through this portal right to the other side of this door, no problem. And Zeeb, do you and Richard also? Richard, do you get down and then go through this portal with them to cross into the other side of the door?
They have to be willing, so that makes sense.
I'm all in. I'm like, fuck yeah, we're going.
So you guys are like paranormal investigative brothers. Yeah. So this is not the first time he's done this to get into a secure area.
I think that hold on.
But we can do whatever we want.
Give me 1 second here. So I want to say that Richard would just keep trying to squeeze through the hole.
Okay.
He's determined
because one of my personality traits is that I'm confident in my own abilities, and I do what I can to instill confidence in others.
I feel it.
That's fair.
So from that, go ahead and take
I
a point
love
of
that
inspiration.
about him.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah, that deserves a point of inspiration.
Now he's going to go ahead and abandon that. And
And through your diligence and your desire to inspire and teach, you do squeeze through this hole, but you take 2 damage.
Okay.
With that roll, you have to have some sort of recompense.
did we make it through?
You both step through the portal unscathed and almost professional-like.
And I want to sprint. I need to find this guy.
Okay, so you walk into this door,
I
and
sprint into the door.
as you walk,
Can I narrate this like
yeah, please do.
real quick? Just
Please do.
this second here. So I picture that that Zeeb and Ben come through this portal into this next room, and as soon as they pop through, Ben is all business, and as soon as he comes through the portal, he is gunning, looking for this holy man. And Zeeb is kind of like stanced up, ready to go, and he's also kind of like looking around, trying to get an idea of like his bearings and everything. And as Ben is like kind of running, trying to find this guy, all of a sudden, out of the drop tile ceiling, I just come crashing through and just hit the ground like right next to them, and I just pop up, and I'm just like, oh gosh, guys, that was wild.
that was the sound of drop ceiling breaking.
Let's fucking go.
And you're both in there, and what you see in front of you is just this, like a basic square room. It's a cube room, except in the middle of the wall is a ladder that goes down through a perfect circle.
Let's go. I'm not even going to climb down. I'm going to run up to it, and I'm going to jump and just fall.
I'd like to do I'd like to run and jump in like a swan dive like fashion. And
Okay.
just
As
eventually do a
dangerous, but
front
all right.
flip.
yeah,
Eventually
as
do a
you do
front
this, you both do this like one right after another.
It's not
and,
weird.
There's actually it is weird that there's a couch that's just below this staircase. So not staircase, ladder. So as you climb down the ladder just goes right behind a couch, and you both land on this couch, completely flawless, no problem. And now you're in this room. There's a couch.
Is it dark?
No, it's lit up. There's a
Did-
light right in the middle.
Did
You're on a
Mr.
couch.
Gobbler
Hold on,
come
wait.
with us?
You said both. Are all three of us down there?
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Did he? Yeah.
I was gonna go with him.
Okay, then you jump down and you're all three on this couch.
So when I get to the bottom, first thing that I want to do is knock the ladder out.
Well, the ladder, it's a metal ladder that's attached to the wall.
Never mind.
So there's no knocking that out.
Just kidding. That
It
was
is-
just fantasy.
It is like a sewage hatch ladder. And all three of you are now on this couch. And right behind you is a metal ladder that looks like a part of a sewage hatch. And you're in this room. There's a couch with that you all are on.
Who moved this couch down here?
Just to the left of you is
They did
what looks
some
like a
work.
kitchen counter, and then there's a refrigerator. And to the right of that, it curves. You're in a room. On the other wall, there is a dishwasher and a cabinet with, cutlery that looks like really nice. Like there's high end china.
I'm starting to piece
Do
this
they have
together,
any-
and I am not comfortable.
Do they have any?
Getting really skeeved
Do they
out.
have any plain ravioli in the refrigerator?
When you look through there, there is a cabinet that says Bruce only.
Yeah.
And if you open that up,
It's
there's actually
just
cans that say
cans.
plain ravioli
Yeah.
right on there.
Curious item.
No, like you go to grab it, and I put my hand on you, and I'm like, dude, fuck that Bruce guy.
Yeah, Bruce guy. Guy sucks.
Already has a tiny dick.
Just
No, so you guys are on this couch. What do you do?
I'm looking for this.
Does the couch recline?
It does not.
Do
I'm
I
looking
see?
for
Do I
this
see
guy.
him
Fuck
anywhere?
Fuck this couch. Fuck this couch. No
I'm trying to
reclining.
find this dude.
Well,
Is he
shit.
anywhere near
Yeah.
us?
Do I see anything?
Is there another hallway we
around?
can go in?
Do I-
Like,
So
like track signs
on
of him?
the
Open
right
door.
side of this room, there's just a plain wall with a TV, an old cathode ray tube TV in the middle on a stand. And then on the left side is like a kitchen. It looks like a dorm room, really. Like everything's in one place. You have a door right in the middle that's already open, but when you look through that door, it's just completely black. On the right-hand side, there's another door that's closed. What do you want to do?
I don't like this situation.
Hey, guys, maybe you should follow behind me, and I'll go ahead and try to sneak my way out here and see if I can see something.
I'm clearly okay with that because I'm a ranger.
Actually, I'm going to cast another spell.
Okay.
Fuck.
It's called Suggestion. I suggest a course of activity and a magical influence a creature that you can see. And magically influence a creature that I can see within a range, and the range of this is within 30 feet. And so the suggestion must be worded in a manner that would make the course of action seem reasonable. So I can't ask a creature to stab itself or throw it into a spear or kill itself or anything like that. And the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. So I guess what I want to do is kind of speak this, go up to like as close to these two areas and ways that I could find to go. And I want to, between like the open door and the closed door, and I want to ask the priest if he's within 30 feet, this will work. If he's not, it's fine. But what I kind of want to say, Father, if you're here, please come out. We just want to talk. So it's kind of like, if it would be reasonable, he would be susceptible to it.
Okay.
If not, then it doesn't work, and we figure out another way. So,
okay. So when you do this, through the open door that you just see blackness beyond, like there's no lights out there, you hear a yell. The priest, actually Reverend Henry, he walks out and he says, "Hey, please come down."
Do you know which
why would
way
he
that's
bolt
coming
off
from?
and then immediately want us to come down? I don't want to go down there.
Well, fuck.
It's completely black.
Well, we have our adrenaline pumping right now, and I'm ready to go. So I'm running.
I've got a
towards
cantrip,
him.
so I don't have to burn another spell slot. I'm going to touch Richard and light him up.
Don't do that. my main trait is stealth.
That's his whole thing.
All right, fine.
No, we're just a comedy
I'm just
ghost
gonna-
hunter group, and
Ghost face.
He treats you like a brother, and he's a dick to you by making you not useful.
I'm like trying to sneak around, and I'm just like glowing as shit.
That's a good point. I will cast light on. I have a dagger.
Okay.
And I'll just pull it out and cast light on it and just like hold it like a torch. And
Okay.
we will follow. I'm assuming we're going to group together and go down this.
So when they go down, I want to follow behind them.
We yell timber.
But I want to...
shout out.
I want to follow behind them, but I want to try to hide myself in the shadows and stay like as hidden as possible.
Okay.
That way, like I can observe things and not be part of like the main encounter.
Okay, so let me describe what this area inside this cavern looks like. So you walk out this door, and when you walk out the door, you're on a metal platform. It's like you're on the catwalk of an oil rig. It's just a metal platform. It's just a flat surface that's just outside this door. So you walk out of it, and with the light that comes out of the room, you can see the railing. There's just one straight railing. On the right, there's another ladder, mounted metal ladder that goes down to the surface in the cavern. So it's like you're in a tubular cavern, but this is just a room that's built to overlook a small cavern area.
So he's telling us to go down further.
He's already down there. He's less than 30 feet away, and he heard you. He said, "Hey, come on!" And
I don't fucking like this.
Can I pull out my torch and like see if I can see anything
Oh, yeah,
in the
of course.
cavern?
Yeah,
Why
go
would
ahead.
you need to do that? I don't understand.
Because it's
I have
like
a
a dark
light.
place, right?
He has a lit
have a-
dagger.
He has how far does that dagger shine?
Yeah.
That's a weird question to ask. How far does that dagger shine?
40 feet.
40 feet. Okay. So when you step out of this door with that dagger in your hand, you can see very clearly the Reverend down there, and he is like waving you to come on. He is saying, "Come on, let's go."
Does he have a light, or is he just fucking standing in the
He's
dark?
standing in the dark.
All right.
All right,
what the
fuck
fuck
this
is
guy.
happening
Like,
here?
I am not happy with this.
We need to chill and congregate. and see what we
need to
do.
stop, collaborate,
Yeah.
and listen.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, well, there you go. Jesus.
What do you think about this, Jed? Like,
Yeah,
So-
where are you at?
So we're heading down this pathway, right?
Yep.
So let me
Are
ask
you going to
this.
crawl down the ladder, or are you just standing on the catwalk still?
I think
Well,
at this, I think
think
this
we're on
we're
the catwalk.
frozen in
Yeah, I
time,
don't wanna-
figuring
Okay.
out what we're going to
Okay.
do.
So let me ask you this: if I follow behind them, right, and I kind of stay like crouched behind them, these are pretty narrow passageways. Would you consider us, or would you consider me, to be lightly obscured by anything in front of them?
Yeah, you would be, because
Okay.
there's just no light.
So,
So
I have a feature.
from do you have like dark vision or anything like that?
I think my character has dark vision.
Well, then
Yes.
you can see everything
Yes.
clearly.
Yeah, I can. But so what I'm saying is, if I am lightly obscured from someone, I can. I have a feature called Mask of the Wild, and it allows me to attempt to hide even if I'm only lightly obscured.
Okay, yeah.
So I can basically hide in plain sight.
can be
if I
lightly
want to.
obscured, yeah.
Yes,
Easily.
So what I'm thinking, well, let me just say this out loud. Hey, guys, I think we should go on down this here passageway, and I'll hang back a little bit, and I'll just kind of hang back and stay stealthed, and then if anything happens, I'll just pop out and do a little stabby stab guy.
Whatever, loser.
That's what he says whenever he's
No,
in a
I just-
scary situation. You guys are used to it. You're brothers. He's gonna jump out and stabby stab him.
So what I'm trying to figure out is like, if are you saying that in a very like low voice, so like the priest guy?
Well,
can hear us?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and so let me elaborate a little
They're
bit.
not yelling.
So, obviously, I think we're probably going into a trap here, yeah? And
Pretty
This-
obviously, this dude's
this-
like, he's a human. He can't see in the dark, and he's just like,
Just
like eating
standing-
himself down the sewer.
standing
Like,
there.
this is for sure kind of weird, yeah? And I think we're probably walking into something we're not going to like a whole lot. But
So you guys are in the middle of saying this, and you actually hear him running away. Like
This fucking guy.
he darted down here for a reason.
I hear that, and I'm just like, yeah, I get it.
all right,
and I just
guys,
like
yeah,
jump
go,
down the
go,
ladder.
Go, yep, go.
And you guys go down this ladder, and you all three enter the cavern.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
behind them
Well,
far
yeah,
enough
he's-
away to be obscured.
Okay, so you all enter this cavern, and you don't see any lights at all, other than the light that's emanating from Ben's dagger. And as you step into this cavern, you come down into what looks like a fork in the road. There's a left, there's a straight, and there's a right. So you have three choices. You hear footsteps of this, what you can assume is Reverend Henry. He just ran away from you. As soon as he took off, you heard him, you darted for him, so you're right behind him. And he went to the left. What do you want to do?
We would be able to tell which way he went.
Yeah, he went to the left. So you have two other choices you can take if you'd like.
I want to go straight after him. I'm not trying to.
Do we want to split up?
I'm not trying to split up, dude.
So, DM.
This isn't a traditional D&D campaign.
DM, let me ask you a question. So, I have a point of inspiration.
Okay.
So, if I wanted to, and I don't know how you would want to do this, but if I wanted to basically use my inspiration point to try to divine which direction he went in,
You know what direction he went in.
I do.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
and
We
all
went
of you
left,
know
trying to
what-
decide
you know
if we wanna
exactly where
follow
he
So we
went.
saw him go left, and we're trying to see if we want to go those or straight.
You come to a fork.
Do we
He
wanna
went
split
left.
up?
If you want to go left, straight, or to the right, you know he went left.
Okay.
What do we do in this situation normally?
I think
when
we
we come
follow
to
him.
a breaking point.
I mean, it makes sense to follow him. Why wouldn't we follow him? I mean, I know that's probably not what we should do, but in playing to our characters
Yeah.
in this situation, I think we have to follow him.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement in these situations. We would go.
Yeah, I don't
After?
think our characters.
Yeah, like
Do you
without
want-
even
do you wanna
saying
split
anything.
Up? How do you feel?
I don't think our characters would be like, "Yeah, he went that way. Let's go this way." Like, no, they would never do that. They would
But
follow
would
him.
we send like two people out and then be like,
Yeah.
what's down here in this cavern. Like, I feel like there would be a logical thing, or it'd be like, if there's three of us, and we're used to these kind of...
Yeah.
How
yeah.
many
What
episodes?
do you think?
How many episodes of Scooby Doo aired on TV?
I don't know.
Do you really want to split up?
Literally every episode they split up, and it always works out to their advantage.
They didn't lose an episode, so... Damn it.
Well, that backfired. That backfired massively. In that case, Ryan, will you grab me a spicy boy? Yeah, I think I have one left.
I'm not saying I want to, because I definitely want to chase this guy, but like my only point of logic here is the fact that, and maybe it's not even like I go all the way down this other hallway, but if I start to venture down this hallway and then come back later, let's say you guys find yourself in a trap, I can walk in at a certain other point, because I know which way you guys went.
So we're going to do something here, right? I'm going to give us a 1-minute timer, and we're going to debate this in character voice.
Oh, fuck.
For real.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. All right, boys. What are we doing here, eh?
I want to go down and follow him.
I think we should probably follow him, yeah?
I have no doubt we need to follow him, but there's another reason we're down here. There's 3 different paths. If you guys want to follow him, and then I can go check out this other hallway to see if maybe there's something down here he's trying to lead us away from. And then I know which way you guys went. I have a light. I can make it back. And then I can, something bad happens to you, I'll be right there.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But I have dark vision. You have the light. So if we're gonna split up, then you two should probably go, and I'll go by myself. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a torch, so I'm good. And what
You
they
can
do in
hide pretty
Scooby-Doo.
well, so that's fair. As long as I think it's worth checking out. I think someone else should at least look at this.
All right then. You two stay together. You follow him, and I'll pick a way to go.
All right. So Ben and Z just start chasing the priest.
Okay, so we're going to divide this off. You guys start chasing the priest. You go to the left, and you go down this corridor. It's a very rocky, walled corridor. The ceiling it looks like some sort of marble, some sort of black granite maybe. Like, it looks really expensive almost. And Richard, you which direction do you take off on?
So I'm actually going to. So I don't have a coin on me physically in real life. So I'm going to roll a d20.
Okay.
And pretend that it's a coin that's being flipped. And 0 to 10 will be the left tunnel. And
left
11.
is where they went.
No. I mean, out of the two options.
Okay. You go straight or you go right.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then 11 to 20 will be right. So. Of course. Nat 20.
So you're going to the right.
So I'm going to the right.
That's a hard right.
Yeah. I'm running directly into the wall. Now, I have a brewer's kit. It's one of the things that I picked whenever I created my character. I have brewer's supplies.
Thank God they're gone. I need beer.
So I haven't found anything yet that specifies exactly what that means that I have. But what I was going to use it for in this scenario right here was I figured that I probably have some kind of grains to make mash with to brew beer.
Yeah, you
do. I'm going to drop a grain or two every so many feet to give myself a way back.
Okay. You take off to the right, and it's just a single hallway. Like, there's no forks. And the hallway just kind of has a smooth bend to the left. How far down this hallway do you want to go?
Hold on, let me suck all this foam off this beer.
All the way.
So I can't see the end of this hallway.
No, it just keeps going to the left. Keeps bearing left.
This music could be creepier, just saying. That changed the whole vibe.
Boy, that got a lot creepier. I kind of want to go back to the old stuff.
Can I leave?
Fuck.
I love it.
Oh, that fucked me up.
Drop your grains, you bitch.
So
Here's
So let me just say now, before I say anything else about where I'm going. I have a 35 movement speed. I have a high movement speed.
You're very fast.
Yes, I have a very high acrobatic skill, and I have a very high stealth skill. I am in complete darkness. I am in my element right now.
Okay.
I am making every movement with the intent of being as stealthy as possible.
Okay.
Indian man.
I am going to stay committed to this path until I see a reason to turn back.
Okay. So as you're running down this path very quickly, and it continues to turn to the left, and the only reason that you notice this change is because you're moving so quickly. But as you're running, the path becomes tighter and tighter. It's a cylindrical cave that you're running in, but it keeps getting smaller and smaller to the point where you have to kind of slow your running, where it gets kind of smaller than how tall you are. What do you want to do?
I'm going to keep pushing forward.
Okay, so you're going to get down on your hands and knees and crawl through this tube of a tunnel?
For now, yeah.
Okay, so you get down on your hands and knees and you start crawling, and we're going to jump back to Zeeb and Ben.
Oh, I don't like this.
I love it. I'm just saying.
Zeeb and Ben start running off toward Reverend Henry. His footsteps are obviously in front of him. Zeeb has a torch. Ben has his illuminating dagger, which is obviously showing the tasseling rustle of Henry's robes.
How far away is
runs.
he from us?
He's less than 20 feet.
Okay.
So you can clearly see him with your lit dagger. But he's hasty. Like there's something he needs to go to. After hearing what Zeeb had said, there is something that he needs to go do.
Can I cast a spell on him?
Yeah, and I wanna in my hand just grab some holy water and just hold it. I'm just ready.
Okay.
I'm just
That's
ready.
fair.
And Ben, was there something you wanted to do?
I wanted to cast a spell.
Okay.
And since he's within 30 feet, I want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
For the duration, I can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast a spell in your action on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature within 30 feet of you. If the creature has an intelligence of 3 or lower, it doesn't speak any languages, the creature is unaffected.
Okay.
But I'm imagining he has a better intelligence than that. You have, just to cut to the chase here.
I have a wisdom saving throw for that, right?
Yes, it is a wisdom saving throw.
19.
Yeah, that succeeds. Fuck.
Okay, so you don't hear his thoughts,
Yeah.
but he's running, and you do hear something else. When you cast this spell and you try to peer into something else's thoughts, you hear a voice, and this voice to you says, "Turn around or die." And it says that in such a faint whisper that you barely even hear it. But your mind right now is attuned to listening to someone else's thoughts. You know, you're casting a spell and your mind is trying to listen to these thoughts. And when you hear anything, you hear, "Turn away or die."
I would also like to cast Remove Shit from Pants. At the 4th level, please.
What do you do?
Oh, shit. So, obviously, we're seasoned demon hunters.
Yep.
Oh,
I would like to say that
I've heard this before. I'm running straight forward.
I want to say that it, like, I don't stop, but it slows me down. Like I hesitate, but I keep going.
Okay.
So,
Zeeb, give me a wisdom saving throw.
shit.
All right. So which one do I roll for that one?
It's going to be in your saving throw box.
Yeah. Did I roll 20s, you said?
Yeah, it's just you
29
had.
plus what it is, right? Oh, here. No, it's yours.
No.
Nope.
Listen,
Come
lady,
on, Sarah.
Gosh.
be involved.
I gotta. Oh shit! No one knows.
That's a D12, idiot. Roll the 20.
What?
All right, Ryan.
Oh,
They make fun of me because I made the same mistake, so don't feel bad at all because I've been exactly in your position. That's not it either, is it?
Yeah, it is. Oh, fuck.
Oh no!
Oh, fuck.
Oh no!
What is it?
Can I add something,
one.
please?
No.
It's a crit fail.
Fail. A 1 is a
Oh,
1. You don't
no.
add shit to a
I
1.
just can I?
Or dead.
All right.
Okay,
So I
so
got a 1.
here's how this is going to happen. The reason that I had you roll
just
a
brave.
wisdom saving throw is because Reverend Henry is very acute to
Aw.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Attune?
He's very keen. His senses are very keen, and he felt like his mind was being intruded from the thought read that Ben casted. So he has this weird thing that happens whenever that happens to him, and it's like Zeeb, you hear and you see a shockwave come from this Reverend. Reverend Henry is running away from you in front of you, and you hear and see a shockwave, and that wisdom saving throw fails, so you get blasted back 4 feet, and you take 3 damage.
Yikes.
Track that. Hold up.
And then Ben, you're running right behind him, right? Toward, like with the Reverend? Like toward the Reverend?
Can I be slightly to the left?
Well, no.
No, I would be behind him. Yeah.
You're running with him. When that happens, you see him. Give me an athletics check.
That's a 15.
So you're able to dodge his body. You sideswipe and dodge his flying body from, this some explosion or something that happens. And when this explosion sound occurs, Richard, you hear it. You're down on your hands and your knees, crawling through this tiny hole. What do you do?
We miss you.
Realistically, I'm going to say we've been through shit before. I don't know if it would affect your decision making.
That's fair.
But that's up to
I
him,
think we're
right?
all on our own. Once we make our decisions, we know it's do or die.
So how much of that did he actually know compared to me?
Did he actually know? What do you mean?
Like, what was just happening with them, with like the mind blast and
You're crawling in this tunnel, and all of a sudden you hear a boom.
So I didn't hear any of the voices, like
Nope.
none of that. I don't
Nope.
know anything. I just heard the boom.
You only heard you're crawling, and all of a sudden you hear a blast behind you.
I'm probably going to stay committed.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're going to continue to crawl down this hole.
I think I'm going to keep going. Yeah,
Okay.
because what we agreed on was that they were going this way. I was going that way.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean,
Okay. So
That's-
you're going to
that's the
continue to
plan.
crawl down this hole.
Yeah.
As you crawl down this hole, it gets really thin. It gets tight. And you're crawling in this hole. Are you claustrophobic at all?
me in real life or Richard?
Both.
I'm terribly claustrophobic.
So
Richard though is a rogue and a serious acrobat, so I would think that he probably is used to squeezing through tight spaces.
okay,
And
so
is not
he
bothered by it.
squeezes through this, without a sweat.
Yeah.
You have dark vision, so you can see very clearly dozens of feet in front of you. The cave continues to turn to the left as you make note of this fact that it's really odd that this cave is so consistently turned. It's not like an organic structure that might turn here and there in a general direction. It's like a perfect curve. and you're crawling through it, and then it opens up into a larger area, and you're able to stand back up. And what you see in front of you is the end to this cylinder with a ladder, and you see light shining down through the hole that the ladder goes through. What do you do? And it goes upwards.
Stay there. Because that's where fucking Reverend's heading.
I want to briefly look around and see if there's any other entrances to the room that I'm in.
The only entrance to the room is the hole in the ladder.
Okay, fuck.
Everything else is rock. I mean, even with an investigation check, you don't see anything
How
else.
high up is the ladder?
It's a good 10, 12 feet.
Okay, so I want to, as soon as I see the ladder, I want to sprint towards it.
Okay.
And I want to jump when I'm about 10 feet away from it and try to hit it about midway up.
Okay.
And climb the rest of the way up, and as quickly as I can, try to ascertain where I am, what's around me.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
.24.
With that check, you nail it. You hit the middle of it, hit the middle of the ladder after your initial jump. You spring off of that with an amazing and beautiful display of aerodynamics. As you jump up into this room, and what you can assess is it looks like an office. You jump up into this, and there's a computer terminal. There is a safe underneath of that computer terminal, and there is a small metal filing cabinet on the left of the computer. On the other side of the room, there's 2 plants that look like they're fake. They're obviously fake. What do you do?
I want to look around. Are there double doors leading into this room?
There's a single door leading to this room. It's on the same wall as the ladder. So the ladder comes up, and just beside that is a door. The 90-degree wall that's right beside the door is where the computer and the safe is.
So, can I tell just from looking around this room, am I in the town hall?
From looking in this room, you do not believe you're in the town hall.
Okay.
No.
How many entrances into this room are there?
Just one.
Okay, I want to go out that door.
So you approach the door, and you open the door, and it opens up, and there's a lot of light when you first open this up. And I'm going to give you an advantage on this roll because you're coming from inside, and because you don't know what situation you're in, and because I assume that you and your team are skilled at what you do. I'm going to make you roll up and down 20, but you have advantage.
$18.
So with an 18, as you open this door, you can tell that there are very bright fluorescent lights, and you hear some speaking outside. And before the door even gets very open, like it's only opened a few inches, you hear an old woman say this.
But my grandson didn't have this radio when he was a kid. If he had this now, he might like it.
What the fuck?
Do you want to open the door more? What do you do?
No. I mean, I shut the door. For sure. Yeah.
This conversation sucks.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely shut the door. And I think I would probably be trying to kind of listen to what's going on outside. So I kind of have an idea of maybe what's happening.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that there's some kind of a meeting or a conference or something going on. And that's what I was about to walk into. And that's what the bright lights were from.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like half listening to that. And then I'm also half just trying to figure out where the fuck I am. Because...
So, I'm going to interrupt you. I just rolled a perception check for the person that was on the other side of the door, and they got a 19. So they know that the door opens, and you hear some mumbling, and they walk toward the door that you just opened.
Okay.
And we're going to cut back to Zeeb and Ben. So this shockwave knocked Zeeb back. Ben just dodged Zeeb's body as it flew back from this random shockwave. You don't know what it's from. This is all so weird to you all. You know, you're used to investigating demon mysteries and whatnot, but nothing has been so transparent as you've investigated. It's usually been more involved and more mysterious. But this has been very, very forthcoming. And as you're following,
I'm going to step it up a notch. Like, I'm going to fucking dead bolt at this guy. I want to take this guy down.
give me an athletics check.
Jesus.
Like, I just saw my dude just get plowed, so
That's fair.
that was gay. I just saw him just get knocked. God damn it. Well, that's a critical fail.
Dude, we're killing it.
No, we're not. We're not even close to killing
we're
it.
doing great in our tunnel. How are you doing over there?
By the way,
By the
you
way.
gave me advantage on that. One of those was a crit fail.
Really?
The other was an 18.
Not bad. Not
So-
bad. That'll be all right.
It's a good thing I had
Well, it's a good
advantage.
thing it. God.
Nice.
Okay.
So, Ben, in his determination, you can tell in the grit in his face, he really wanted to get this guy. As he begins his sprint, he slips. His right leg just hits some gravel, and he actually falls directly on his face. And his brother behind him, Zeeb, kind of smirks at this. What does Zeeb say?
Well, fuck me. And then I want to get up and just also just keep running, try and help my brother up, and then, you know, be on our way to keep fucking up. Like, just keep running at this guy.
Okay, so right now, both of you, I want a luck check. Straight up and down roll. Whatever it is, divide 2 and then add 2.
On the 20?
You got a nat 20?
Is it on the 20?
Yeah.
5.5.
Divide 2. Oh, no.
That's a really shitty roll.
I got a 7. I divide by 2. 3.5. I add 2. 5.5.
That's really awful.
Fucking hell. Fuck this.
I mean, realistically, if you divide by 2, even if you roll a 20, it's going to be
Divide by 2
fucking
and plus
10.
2.
So
11?
11.
There we go. So, Zeeb's luck will help you here.
thank God.
He,
I did something.
as he gets up from being knocked back,
You did.
and
Thank
you're hurt from it. Like you're not feeling great. But
bitch.
but your team camaraderie and your spirit really helps here.
We need more music.
You grab Ben.
Yeah, there
Where's that guy singing Kyle with his guitar?
Kyle!
Where are you? Hey, Kyle.
Dad, why you in my room?
You grab Ben and you make ground on the Reverend. And he's now directly in front of you, and he starts to slow his pace. And he comes to a stop. And he turns around and he faces you.
I would like to turn around and run the other direction. No, I'm kidding.
And he says, I am so sorry for all the subterfuge.
I see through that shit.
Dude, fuck this guy.
No.
Like, I want this guy to die. Like,
Say
I'm
whatever you
so
want,
fucking
bro.
over this dude.
All right. You need to question him with your bardness. You're the talker.
All right, yeah.
Bardness. I mean, so honestly though, that's super correct D&D wise. You need to question him with your bardness.
No, I agree.
So he turns around and he looks at you guys. He's standing still. You have a torch. Zeeb has a torch, And Ben, you have your dagger.
Yeah.
So when this cave opens to where he stopped, on the left you see this metal ramp that goes up to a platform, and there's this doorway at the top of this ramp. And it's a big doorway, like a 20-foot wide, 40-foot tall doorway. And just past all of this, you see an open cavern. Like it's so far away that your light doesn't shine that far. Not the torch, not the lit dagger. You can't see anything. All you can see in sight is this giant doorway. And Zeeb is standing directly in front of it, now facing you all, coming 90 degrees toward it. And he says, I am so sorry that I have been so misleading with everything. I'm glad you chose to follow. It was a test, and you passed. This is what I found. What do you do?
Use your bardness.
By the way, you meant that the Reverend was standing in front of the door.
What did I say?
Zeeb.
Zebra.
Yeah,
Just to
Reverend
clarify for the
Reverend
in front of the
Henry was
door?
standing
I'm
in
still
front of the
beside.
doorway.
Okay.
Doorway.
Yeah,
That's a huge ass door.
So
the door.
there's this big ramp, and then at the top of this ramp, there's a platform with a big door. It's a 20 by 40 door. It's gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even see the top of the door. It just looks like a huge doorway. And he's standing in front of it at the bottom of this ramp, and he looks at you two, and he says, I'm sorry for all the subterfuge. I did not mean to mislead you.
You need to smooth talk this man.
What do you do?
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... He's at the top of the ramp, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I want to stand at the bottom of the ramp, and I'm going to say, Father, it is I that should be sorry, for I have fooled you. You thought me a simple man. You thought me to be someone who didn't know anything. But Father, it is you who are mistaken. It is I who know everything, knows everything. And when I say that, I want to do multiple things, and they're all cantrips.
Okay.
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy,
Okay.
or not Thaumaturgy, sorry, Prestidigitation.
Okay.
And I would like to make my eyes glow white.
Okay.
I would like to cast Mage Hand simultaneously, and I would like to make this dagger start to float towards him. And then I would like to cast, at the same time, all cantrips, Message. And I would like to point my finger out and message. You point your finger towards a creature within range and you whisper a message. The target hears the message and can only reply in a whisper. And I want to point at him while he sees my eyes glowing white and I'm making this dagger float towards him, and I want to tell him that I am the Son of God.
Okay.
And I want to slowly walk towards him while...
Fuck yeah.
God.
And I have a plus 10 to
good dice
persuasion
today.
and plus
Jesus.
plus 10 to deception as well.
Okay. So when you plus 10 to deception. Okay, so when you do this, wait. Go ahead and give me a straight up and down roll.
Fucking finally, a 19.
Add 10 to that, 29. That's your deception. I'm going to roll D20. I got a 19. That does not beat your deception.
Thank God.
So here's what's going to happen. As this happens, and as you're pointing toward this priest, I will drop a dice on the floor inconveniently.
Shit.
It's right here.
He's going to step towards you as you're doing this, and he believes you. He believes that you know what's happening it's a very convincing display. He's also going to cast Spirit Guardians, which disseminates a number of creatures from him that seem to be like a little bit of a spirit, as it wraps around him and creates this mystical presentation, as it seems to like be protective. And he says to you, I know. You're the one. And as he says this, his chest explodes. A giant worm explodes from his chest and comes out and lands right in front of you and starts squirming around, and his body falls to his knees, and then he is dead. And there is this worm that is now crawling in front of you. And now we're going to go back to Richard.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, that scared the shit.
Richard, you're in this office, and you opened this door that had a lot of light on the other side of it, and you heard some old lady screaming about a radio, and you close the door, and what do you do?
Well, you said I heard murmuring on the other side of the door, yeah?
Yeah.
So I imagine that they're coming back in here. How far is it from me and the door that I came in through?
You're like 1 foot right beside the door. You came up the ladder,
Yeah.
and the ladder is like 2 feet from the door that you just opened.
Yeah.
Like it is right there beside it.
So I want to do two things in order.
Okay.
Number one, I want to look and see, can I see any restroom signs?
No,
None.
you cannot.
How long is the hallway that I'm in?
You're in a single room, and this single room has 2 points of entrance and exit. There's the ladder that you came up that looks like a sewage hatch hole with a ladder in it. And just to the right of that is the door that you tried to open. It's a square room. It's pretty small, maybe 8 by 8. There is a computer terminal with a safe underneath of that. And on the other side of it, there's a number of 2 little fake plants that look like they're just for decoration. So you're like,
Are the lights on in here?
the lights are on, but it's like they're dimmed. It's not
Yeah.
like a bright light. It's like they're turned off, but on like an emergency mode.
Shit on the floor.
So as Richard, I know that these guys are about to come through this door. Yeah.
Roll me a perception check.
$14.
So you hear footsteps coming toward the door. You have approximately 3 seconds. What do you do?
Fuck.
Count to 3.
So I do my best to look lost.
Okay.
Like as lost as I possibly can. And then I kind of just look around the room, very confused, and I wait for whoever's about to walk in to walk in.
Okay, so the door opens, and a man, a very big man, not big as in strong, but big as in fat, walks through the door, and he says, "What are you doing here?"
I'm sorry, buddy. I was just looking for a pisser, actually.
You did not pass me. How did you get here?
Oh, I got in through the back door.
Back door. There is only the sewer. Did you come through the sewer?
Well, like I said, the back door. I was just...
Wait, are you? And then he looks at you like with a puzzled gaze. And he walks over to his computer terminal and he crouches down, but he's such a big man, it looks like it's just a ball. And he opens up the safe and he looks inside the safe and he grabs something and he walks over to you. And he says, Are you the one?
Well,
Nah, bitch, that's me.
it took you long enough.
Oh, yes. Yes. Own it.
Give me a persuasion check.
Own this shit. I love it.
I'm going to roll advantage or inspiration. 16.
That beats it. I crit failed. You could have rolled anything.
I crit failed, and I used my
Again?
inspiration.
wow.
So many shit rolls
I'm
tonight.
glad I have that inspiration because I needed that, or I was.
So
gonna
you
crit
do
fail.
successfully convince him, and he hands you a blue gem that is, it's shaped like a trapezoid, but it's very odd in how it reflects light. What do you do?
Say, tell me, buddy, is there any other news that you can tell me about?
And he kind of turns around and he kneels down to close his safe back up. And he says, "More have died out west. We must begin the ritual as soon as possible." And he leaves and exits the door and goes back out into... Give me a straight up and down check. What I'm going to do is I'm going to judge whether or not you know what you were looking at when you opened that door. You had a lot of light pouring in, and this straight up and down check will be whether or not you know where you're at.
It was a 12.
That'll pass. When you opened that door and you heard that woman talking about a radio, you could tell that you were in an electronics store. You believe you came up under the mall. You were walking through that cave for a while, and you know that the cave is under the... And you even heard Frank talking about how the mall... Well, no, maybe it was just you looked at that when you exited the town hall. But you remember noting the mall being there before, and there's probably an electronics store in the mall. So when you were crawling around in that cave, you came up under the electronics store in what looked like the business manager's office. And the person who recognized you was probably the manager of that store, and that's how they responded to you being there.
Fuck.
Okay, so the whole town is fucked. Okay, so, jokes aside, Richard gets this gem and realizes that... with this information that he has just gleaned, that he's in the mall, that this is just a normal old civilian, and it seems like this is a much bigger problem at hand. He realizes he has to get back to Zeeb and Bin. So he pockets the gem and ducks down the hole as quickly as he can and makes a beeline back towards the other two.
Okay. And we're going to cut back to the others right now.
I already know what I want to do.
Ben and Zeeb, you all just engaged with the Reverend. And he died right in front of you.
That man is a worm.
A worm. A huge, thick worm, probably 7 or 8 inches thick, just busted out of his chest and landed right in front of you, Ben. What do you do?
Well, It is a worm, right? Like an actual worm, or does it just look like
it
a worm?
appears like a worm. You can't tell really what it is.
I can try to see if I can discern that, right? I don't know if it falls.
Well, I have a speak with animals spell,
Okay.
and I wanted to know if that would work
It
with
wouldn't.
this thing. Okay. Well, and if that's the case,
Can I try to discern like what it is, like what kind of being it is?
Give me a history check.
All right. How do I? 20. Here you go. Is history one of our skills?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
17.
That'll be an 18.
An 18. So with an 18 history check, you believe that this is a larval slod.
gotta love a
Yes,
slod.
the slods.
A
Of
slod
course.
is basically a really awful toad. But this is the larval form of it. And
Okay.
it just busted out of Reverend Henry's chest, and Reverend Henry is now dead. His body is laying there. This slot is right in front of you, and it is gray and red in color, and it begins to squirm toward you, Ben.
So,
And as it does, the ground begins to shake.
all right. So, I don't know much about this slod, me, Ben, or me, Michael, or this Ben character. So, what I want to do, I don't know if they're like hive-minded or anything like that. So, what I want to do is it's a cantrip. I want to cast Thunderclap
Okay.
at this thing. And my
Give
intention
me the
is...
stats on that.
So I create a burst of thunder sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away, each creature within its range other than myself. But I'm assuming Ben is behind me. Or I'm sorry, Zeeb is behind me, so I'm casting it like in front of me.
Okay.
And you have to succeed on a Constitution saving throw. And yeah.
Okay.
It's actually 2d6 damage if it fails, but my intention is to try to like slam it up against this door that we haven't went through yet.
What do I have to beat?
A 15.
It beats that.
Fuck. Can't do anything.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, well, you know what? Fuck this worm then. I want to... It's a cantrip.
Do we want to fight it?
It's a fucking worm, and it's crawling towards me. I'm not gonna... It just came out of this guy. I want to kill it. I don't want it to be in me.
That's fair.
So...
All right. Well,
I'm gonna-
I'm in attack mode then. I'm ready.
I have my dagger that this mage hand is still on.
Yeah, and it's still glowing.
And I want to both tell the mage hand to stab this dagger into it,
Okay.
and I want to attack it with my longsword.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
I'll do the longsword.
It's a very defenseless little worm
Okay.
right now.
The longsword is a 15.
But fuck this worm.
And so does that hit?
It does.
That's 1d8 plus 1. That's 4 damage. And the dagger is a 17, and that's 1d4 plus 3.
So
And that's 6.
so how much? What's the total damage?
10.
Okay. I lost my pen under my papers somewhere. Okay. So when you damage this thing, I mean, the ground started shaking before you even attacked it.
Right.
The ground starts shaking even more. And Richard, you're crawling through this tunnel,
Yes.
and you started, going back toward the direction you started from, and you now have this gem that this electronics store sales manager gave you after asking if you were the one. And you're now approaching the intersection where you first split off. What do you do? Going left would end up back where you were. Going straight would be following where Ben and Zeeb went. And going right would be going somewhere new.
I think that Richard would go right.
Okay, so Richard's going to go somewhere new.
Yeah. I really wanted to go straight. I really did.
Play it true.
But that's not what Richard would do.
Okay, so
Dick.
you go to the right. I'm gonna go ahead and play through this for a while. The cave stays pretty open and wide, and you have dark vision, so you can clearly see in front of you that there is another ladder that goes up to a hole that looks just like every other entrance to this cave that you've seen.
Yep.
What do you do?
I'm starting to piece this together.
I'm going to
it.
go up the ladder and see what's up there. There's no other entrances in this room.
There's no other entrances or exits.
No,
You go up the
I'm gonna-
ladder.
Yeah, I want to go up and just kind of peek my head and just kind of see where I am.
So you go up this ladder and you peek out and you see a desk with a computer terminal on it. Underneath of that desk is a safe. It's a pretty square room, a cube room. The only other exit is a door that's just beside the ladder. What do you do?
So this time, I am going to use all of my rogue stealth, go straight for the safe, and pick that motherfucking safe.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check. I've got to piss bad.
Bro, you know what I just rolled?
Sleight of hand.
Crit fail.
A 31.
Fuck.
I don't know if that'll do it.
I'm about to explode this fucking safe.
Just blow up.